Good afternoon, guys. Are we live?
We're live.
We're live here at Air Magic here at Disney's Animal Kingdom Park
Hi,
this
guys.
afternoon for a Wildlife Wednesday. We just thought it'd be a really good time to go around and watch and see some of the different animals and enjoy some of the park. And so for the next couple hours, why don't you come along with us? We're gonna, of course, we're starting off here at the Tree of Life. There's lots of animals to be seen here at the tree.
Yes, that is true.
I don't know if you guys have explored a lot of the tree.
There are a lot of animals around the tree, both carved and living. So,
But we're gonna, I don't know, we can either go see the animals up on the tree starting off first, or we can go around and see some of the exhibits. One of the things we wanted to do is just kind of check into some of the animals and see what we can see. There's always new babies being born here.
it's true.
So, matter of fact, last Friday had a new baby mandrill born. Those are the animals you can see just outside and just beyond the giraffes on the Kilimanjaro safaris. I still remember the one back in August of 2018. We got to see that one when it was born. I'm sure they have a lot of them since then, but it's just kind of cool that they get to have so many animals born here at Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
So preserving things and keeping animal conservation alive. So do us a favor, if you're watching right now and you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
Because we're trying to get better about giving you guys some heads up about when we're going to be going live.
And if you're subscribed, it will notify you when we schedule a live in YouTube. So you'll know ahead of time as opposed to getting a notification after the fact.
After the fact, yes. So we have a lot of times we have people always send us messages going, "Oh, I missed your live stream, sorry."
Yeah.
And I have to go back and watch it afterwards. We'd love for you guys to go back and watch a live stream afterwards, but it's so much more fun when you can join us and actually be a part of it as we're doing it. So, let's see. Oh, I missed it. What did Jay say? Oh, Jay, that's right. Jay the Trader. All right, remember. Oh, you guys, how was your trip for the rest of the time? We got to meet those guys over at the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train over a week ago Friday. So thanks for kind of following along and being a part of our group now. We'll continue to keep you filled with Disney trips as long as you can. So we went back last weekend. Yeah, so hopefully you got your fill. And it's kind of easy right now because let me just flip this around so you guys can see. There are crowds this afternoon. It's not very easy. It's kind of funny though. I'm not trying to make fun of other channels or other accounts at all, but we've noticed lately that there's been a lot of people posting these challenges that they can do all the rides in one day. We think it's funny because, you know, with the crowd so light, it's, oh, look at that, ring-tailed lemurs.
Yeah, there's one over there too. Oh, he's got a little short tail. What's up with that? I don't know. You guys see him? There's another one a little further back.
I haven't seen the lemur before. We see a lot of the birds, but I don't think I've ever seen the lemurs out.
So the ducks that are not Florida ducks, the ones with the red,
You got some ducks here.
yeah, those are actually, belong in the enclosure, so.
Are we gonna get a rear end scratch here? Are we scratching our rear end?
I think it's
Oh,
marking.
do you realize this is live on?
Family show.
This is live, lemur. I'm not trying to get
all
into
the
your
other
privacy or
lemurs
anything,
that
but
arrive know that this is his enclosure,
this
which
is gonna
makes
come
sense
up.
because they have not been out here for a while, guys. We were here just the other day with our daughter, and the lemurs were not out.
Yeah, it was just the birds. They were some of the cast member caretakers were out trying to feed the birds, and it was funny because all the native ducks were trying to steal. So hey, Taylor, we're checking out the lemurs here, right here at the Tree of Life. This guy on the other side, he just got out of view. He's got a very long tail, but this guy here, Stubby,
Little short tail.
very short. Oh, here's our friend.
Here it comes.
They are adorable. I can't remember the last time I've seen them out here in the enclosure.
Oh.
Now, I was really wondering whether or not we'd see a lot of animals out in the exhibits today because it is a whopping 91 degrees this afternoon.
It's a heat index
Oh,
of
it's
over 103.
103 degree heat index right now. So
That being
it's a
said,
rough one.
Manageable, so
But the breeze is coming through right
yeah,
nice.
nice breeze.
Well, this is nice. Normally we have to go back into the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail to see any of the
Do we
of
want
the
to go
lemurs.
check on the flamingos and the otters on our way back to make
Yeah, let's do that. We're gonna keep walking around. Basically, our goal today is we just want to spend some time looking at some of the animal exhibits. Wednesday is a real big day here in the Animal Kingdom as far as what Disney does.
This is official media
Yeah, their Wildlife Wednesday. They love to share news and animal news. like we mentioned about the baby mandrill born last Friday. They've been announcing it, and they showed some video earlier today. And oh, we got some live grooming.
Yeah. A bit of a fact.
See, now this is good to know that here in Florida, that we have reopened some of our grooming salons. We are reopening businesses here, and the lemurs are doing a great job. Mind you, they are not wearing masks, but they are still keeping socially distant from everybody else. So that's cool. I'm glad we saw the lemurs today. I love to see the lemurs kind of hop around. You guys ever remember a show called what was that show called? Zaboomafoo?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah.
That was always kind of fun to watch, the hopping around character there. And this is just as soon as you get in. I mean, this is just under the Tree of Life here, so. All right, buddies, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for the grooming tips. All right, we're gonna make your way around. If you guys have any favorite animals that you have seen here at the parks,
Give us a shout out.
let us know in the comments. We'll see what we can do in making sure to focus on them as much as possible. And so right now we're gonna go check out some flamingos. Good afternoon. How are you guys doing today?
Great, how are y'all doing?
Doing wonderful, thank you. See if the flamingos are out.
It happens to be one of the Wildlife Explorer locations if you have a little wildlife.
Explorer of the wilderness. Good afternoon. Doing great. How are you? They're
Are they
nesting.
actually nesting, or is it just the
We don't have any
behavior?
eggs that they're actively nesting on, so you're just seeing the preparation
Yes.
for hopefully we'll have an egg, but not sure if it will happen.
So
Okay.
we've noticed on a Kilimanjaro safari a couple of times we've been since the park has reopened. There's lots of gray, small flamingos over in there.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
what's the difference between the flamingos that are on the safari and the flamingos you have in here?
Yeah, well, they're two different species to start with. So these ones are lesser flamingos, and you saw greater flamingos
Okay.
over on safari. But do you mean like in terms of breeding behavior, why they would have?
Well, we're just about to say, if it's this sort of nesting season, why do we have already hatched and growing flamingos for the graders and not the lessers?
Absolutely. I mean, it depends on a lot of different factors. So the keepers would probably be able to speak to that a little bit more. I have heard that our group of flamingos here is a little disproportionate in terms of males and females. So it does take them longer to figure out who's going to mate with who during the season. So that.
But guaranteed that you're going to have new flamingos
No,
every year?
not at all. It's not guaranteed, and we do have to follow what's called a before.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So if you are accredited by AZA, you also have to follow those SFPs, the species survival plans. So essentially, they're looking at each individual species that is in any AZA accredited institution across North America. So if we take the lesser flamingos, for instance, they'll look to see like, okay, do we have a healthy population? Are we overpopulated? If so, we're going to tell a certain number of zoos and aquariums to stop breeding for this season.
Okay.
If we are underpopulated, then we're going to see, the genetics of each individual and give recommendations on who can breed or what institutions can breed based on who has the appropriate space, but then also based on the health of the offspring.
So there is a lot of detail and planning that goes into making sure that the breeding is both beneficial to the species.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not just a throw them in an exhibit and see what happens kind of deal. No, that's good to hear.
Yeah, a lot of it is recommendations, but if if the two animals aren't interested in each other, there's nothing we can do about
Exactly.
it. So, yeah. But in terms of what we are able to at least encourage, they'll look at things, like how often has this male and female been portrayed in other genetics, other offspring? Who has the space for it? Would it require a lot of different travel for each animal and how they can overcome that? So there is so much that goes into figuring all that out.
So as far as the exhibit goes for the flamingos, and I guess with any other animals, you guys keep a very high, I guess you keep track of how many are in the exhibit, and that's,
absolutely.
it's sort of a space to ratio kind of a deal?
Yeah, so that's actually part of being accredited by AZA. So depending on species, they give recommendations for exhibit size in relation to how many individuals you can have. So that is something that is definitely looked at through accreditation, and we have to be within means of that.
That's good to know. So lots of times as guests, we show up and we enjoy seeing and watching them just for a few moments, but we don't realize the day-to-day of all the intricacies that you guys go into to making sure that, first of all, they're safe, And you're not just letting them just kind of go off on their own. They're being monitored and all that. Because it's really good to hear that. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Our daughter is very much interested in becoming a zoologist as she gets older, and she's already decided she's going to work here after she finishes with her schooling.
That's awesome. Is she currently in school for zoology?
She is not. She's 12.
Okay.
She has been wanting this plan now for about 3 years, so she's still working toward it.
What state are you visiting from?
Well, right now we're visiting from the area of Winter Garden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we actually just moved here about 18 months ago to be closer to the parks and to do some stuff and to sort of share our experiences.
Yeah.
And so she's got to have Animal Kingdom Park is just part of the area that she can just jump to and learn from and have to be a part of it. So.
So I studied zoology as my undergrad, and then right when I graduated, I actually came in and did an internship at Animal Kingdom.
Mhm.
So if you are currently enrolled in college courses or you have been within the past year, then you're eligible for internships here. So it's a really great way to like get your foot in the door and also just get really great paid experience as well. And if you love Disney, that's a bonus too.
Oh yeah, it's exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, what's better than having an internship and also having a CM to your name as well? So, well, thank you very much, Em. I appreciate it. That's some great information. And we just, like I said, it's Wednesday. It's Wildlife Wednesday, so we decided to come over and
I love it.
enjoy some of the animals this afternoon. And see, I never knew, as many times as we've seen the flamingos, I never thought about the fact that you guys are monitoring each one of them and their numbers and how breeding should sort of be helped and encouraged one way or the other. So that's
Yeah,
awesome
so-
information.
For under SSPs, there's actually something called a stud book keeper. So for every single species that might be on an SSP, there's somebody at an AZA accredited institution that keeps all of the
Tracking all of the
information.
different-
Absolutely. So they will kind of help oversee and collaborate with
So,
other institutions.
Do the flamingos have to sign a consent form knowing that they're being monitored and kept?
Not quite.
You guys are being watched. You're be careful. Be on your best behavior, guys. So that's awesome. Well, thank you very much,
Yeah,
and
you're
we do
welcome.
appreciate it.
And you can see one of our kangaroos too, which is not often that you get to see, but
Just way in there in the
down
background.
there, yeah. And it looks like there might be one that's going to come in from the right hand side too, or there's some movement back there.
He has decided that it's 91 degrees out, and he is just going to take a little bit of a nap and lay still. See, I'm surprised that they don't have cooling towels that you guys can put ice water in and they can just stick it in their pouches.
Oh, for the
And cool.
kangaroos? We do have for every animal what's called a temperature matrix. So that tells us their highest temperature where they're not allowed out, or if they are, how long they can be out for, as well as their lowest temperature.
Okay.
So all of our animals do have an inside holding area, some of which do go into overnight. It also depends on if they're sharing their space with another individual, things like that. But our keepers have to monitor that as well to know if they can be out in our natural weather or if they need to be somewhere climate controlled for their safety.
That makes sense.
So it's very much dependent upon what the weather is like. Depends on whether or not the keepers will be allowed or will allow them to come out into the exhibit or stay inside climate controlled areas.
Exactly. And it's a lot of species are much more sensitive than others. So like reptiles, for example, in the wintertime, a lot of times if you come here in the morning and it's chilly out, it's just too cold for them to thermoregulate. So
Right.
to the point where they would be able to warm up enough. So they tend to be out later on those chilly days.
So it's sort of like with reptiles, it's better to be on the days a little bit part of the warmer. And like our advice for our guests are always that if you have to choose on when to ride the safaris,
Yeah.
it's better to ride early in the morning and
Yeah.
late in the day.
Yep.
Because that's going to allow them to have temperature control and be able to roam a lot more in a more comfortable environment. So
Or when it rains, yeah. You're actually about to catch our vulture training, so you're here at a very good time. If you have a good view from here, you can absolutely stay, but if not, there is that little path after the
Yes.
otters that will take you up there, and you'll be able to look in on the vulture training. But you can see we have our two keepers that are working with both our male and our female.
well, let's do that. Who wants to go check out some vultures? Well, thank you very much, Emma. It's a pleasure talking with you this afternoon. Have a magical afternoon.
Thank you.
Let's go catch the vulture training. That would be a pretty awesome thing to do. I've never seen them. I've never seen them work with the vultures here before.
You guys missed it. Chris walked a little close to the enclosure and one of the male flamingos strutted out into the water to tell him to back off from
Yeah. He's like, I don't think so. Get away. We'll come back and check the otters in just a bit. So we'll have to, now if you guys have never been, if you guys have never taken the opportunity to go around the Discovery Trails around the backside of the Tree of Life, I have to say we actually visited Animal Kingdom for a couple years,
Yes.
way back in the days before we realized that there was such a trail back here. And it's funny how many people we encounter who are still kind of shocked to find out that these places exist. So we're going to take you around one of these trails right around the corner here. It's just on the other side of the Otter Grotto and across from Creature Comforts. So we're gonna come up and see if we can see the vultures being trained, an active training session. Now, lots of times when people are running to and from attractions, and that makes perfect sense when you're going from Pandora or to Harambe, you may kind of miss some of these areas.
When we talk about training, we're not talking about, oh, let's teach the birds to do a cool trick.
Yeah, they're not going to be riding a
Training in
bicycle or anything.
Training in this instance refers more to some type of behavior that helps them take care of the animal.
So they're training them to do something that would naturally be in their repertoire of behaviors. Oh, here we go. Check it out. Look at the vultures, guys.
Gorgeous. Look how big. And please notice that we have a domestic Florida vulture trying to sneak in.
I don't think one of these vultures is supposed to be here.
Back off. That's
Look
funny.
how large they are.
Gorgeous.
Oh.
Now see, they appear to be training them to sit on a pedestal.
I'm assuming they're training them how to mark.
Yep.
In animal training, you hear lots of times you hear the referred to as mark. That's training an animal to. Hello.
Hey. So gorgeous.
So, are we learning to attend a mark? Is that what we're kind of doing here today?
Yeah.
And he does not like the native. He does not like the native vulture to be in his training. I can see.
Does that help you to take care of them as well? Training them for... It's okay. Yeah.
Do they have their own stump? Do they usually go to one stump or the other, or does it matter which? It's sort of like married couples. You have to, when you get married, you always sleep on the right side of the bed for the rest of your life. So that works with vultures and their marks as well. Now, a lot of people would be scared of vultures just because of the way that they look, but are they aggressive in any way whatsoever? Is there some sort of a degree of danger in working with the vultures because of their talons, or?
Yeah, we try to be as careful as possible. That's why I keep kind of looking over my shoulder to see that big beak there to equate there to a rhino hide. So we are very careful around them. That's why we wear this glove when we're hand feeding them, so that if we were to mistake our fingers for the them default, we can protect our hands. But we're constantly monitoring the animal's behavior.
when he gets a little bit closer.
These are all things that we look for when we're training them to make sure that we are attuned to what they're telling us.
Are these the only two vultures that you guys have in this exhibit?
Exactly, yes. The lab-based vulture is a critically endangered species from Africa. They are the third largest species of vulture in the world and the largest species in Africa. Their wingspan is right around 10 feet. So
Wow.
they are quite a large bird.
Yeah.
Weight size, they weigh right around 16 to 18 pounds. So they are on the larger side, and they get along pretty well. During breeding season, they'll go by a nest together. They're not the greatest of parents, but because they're such a critically endangered species, we want to help that species any way that we can. So we let them try and be good parents, but they're not quite good at it yet. We have them taking their egg and they do lay an egg up to our EA Research Center. And
Okay.
artificially created up there. So
Awesome.
we do have a successful chick not chick anymore, who lives over at the Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Oh,
Oh, really?
cool.
Okay.
There you can see her out on this event.
Is she out on the Jumbo House, or is she in Kidani?
She's over by Jumbo House, but they've got a couple of different savannas over there, and I'm not 100% sure which of the savannas that she is on. But I believe it's the one with the flamingos. Do you know?
Over on the side.
Yeah,
We'll have to make a point to go
We'll look for her.
look for her next time we're over there.
see her. She looks a little bit differently than the other birds. By her side, she's definitely
Yeah, I can.
one over there as well.
Well,
I know where they
they
are.
are amazing to watch and to see. So
They're a really cool species. One of our most critically endangered in our park. So we might want to learn more about as well. They're one of the ones that you said they can be kind of intimidating to look at. They are a species that will hunt, which is kind of different from other vultures.
Oh.
In the wild, they have been known to, if they are very hungry, to pick up a flamingo or two. So,
oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think if I was in the wild, I would want one of these things hunting me. No.
mostly you're going to see them around the carcasses. So they are, their biggest issue is actually from poisoning of the carcasses. So
Oh.
if a hunter is out there looking to take down a rhino or something like that, you guys looking in would kind of tell everybody in a very large radius that there is an animal that has been killed over in that region. So they kind of attract people and other animals to the kill site. So that actually draws a lot of attention, which is what the hunters don't want. They don't want a lot of attention on that site. So they have been known to poison carcasses so that they will
Oh, that's sad to hear.
the giant bird that's like a big chicken.
A critically endangered species of a bird. That's sad.
Yes, they are. They are. We contribute to their conservation in the wild through many different programs. There's actually a great program in Africa called Walt Disney World, which they are with animals that came from the wild, but are not released to they don't have to keep genetic injuries.
Okay.
Here back in 2004, so they lived here quite a long time.
Wow. So they've been here since 2004.
They have, yes, they've been in this exhibit for a long time, off and on, and
So pretty.
What's the average lifespan of one of these vultures?
about 40 years.
40 years. So they've spent almost half of their lifetime, depending on how old they were when they came here.
We know that they were full grown when they came here, so we're not exactly sure since they were wild croppers. We're not sure how old they were, but they still move pretty well. We haven't seen any arthritis or any animals get pretty celebrating when they're getting older.
Yeah.
We get medical exams every year, so we know full medical history as far as when they came to us.
Yeah.
Been
Wow.
here a long time.
So pretty.
So that's pretty amazing that these birds have been here for so long, that this has been their home since 2004.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow, they should have their own 2-decade anniversary here coming soon.
Oh, believe me, we are going to celebrate like no other when that happens.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind being invited to that party, but I might not have a slice of cake. I might not that cake.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. It's been these are beautiful birds. Thank you so much for sharing them with us this afternoon.
All right. If you guys enjoyed that.
So these, if you guys are catching this, let's hold on over this way because we've got so close to the Tree of Life. That was pretty fortuitous that we got to see some vulture training here.
Yeah, huge shout out to that senior
Yes,
wilderness explorer.
thank you,
who pointed
Emma.
that out to us.
Thank you, Emma, for letting us know that they were doing the training, because we got to see them actually hand feed these two vultures. And you saw how much larger they were than the Floridian vulture that was
They're
trying to
still
stake.
pretty big
Yeah,
in our minds.
but trying to take their food. But they get hand fed. I don't know, we got to feed some gators about 3 weeks ago.
We did.
And I think I could be more nervous feeding a vulture. I don't know, so.
Pretty fun.
All right, let's play a game. We got a few people watching with us on here live. As I pan around, let's see what animals you can find and see who can name them all. There are tons of them around here. But if you see an animal, feel free to let us know in the comments what you see. Believe me, there are lots to see in this tree. And from this perspective, like I said, we haven't come up here a lot before, just a few years ago. So many of these animals we never even knew were in here.
Definitely love to come out here and check these out. There are a ton of lizards on the tree today.
Yes, lots of Floridian lizards today. Now, if you caught our live stream of the Kilimanjaro safaris a couple weeks ago, you would have been able to see that we had a very close encounter with not one, not two, but 3 black rhinos who decided to come right up next to our vehicle. That was a pretty cool safari. I've never been that close to any of the rhinos, so. Every single safari is a different experience, but that one was pretty on top of my list as far as the best ones we've had so far. Lots of animals to see, even on the tree. Is that a toucan? Like a toucan, maybe is hidden in there.
Or a squid? Hard to tell. Yeah, well, no, maybe this is the.
I was thinking that was the beak,
Maybe.
and that was his eye. It's kind of well hidden in there.
Covered up, yeah.
So we're gonna make our way on into. So the question is, guys, as we move over to more of the animal exhibits, throw your vote in. Would you rather us go into the Maharaja Jungle Trek, which is over by Kali River Rapids, or we could go over to Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail, which is over by Harambe and the safaris. And if you don't know either one, then stick around. We're going to take you on both of them, hopefully today. There's some really peaceful areas here around these discovery trails, and they're almost always empty because either one, people are trying to get into the attractions, which is completely understandable, or two, they just don't know that they're here.
The backside of the lemur exhibit
Yeah.
that we were looking at when we first came on live.
And
so if you missed that, go back and look, because
yeah,
they do actually have lemurs out.
we did see the lemurs. One lemur was a little less of a lemur than the other. His tail was a little bit on the short side. Our daughter would have already nicknamed him. Even though he already has a name, it doesn't matter. She gives all the animals she meets her own nickname. She personalizes them. Do we see them from this side? So we learned from Emma that they each animal out here has a heat index.
No, they're all the way to the front.
Yeah, they're all the way back of the front where we first saw them.
So if you want to see them, make sure you go back.
Did
and
you hear
look.
that?
Yeah, I think
One of the macaws?
in the tree.
One of the macaws. There he is.
Yep, there's
There they
two
go.
right there.
They decided to hang out a bit.
So some of them take their time going back and forth. They do have them come out periodically and land close to the tree and then fly away. And some of them like to just take their time meandering about.
So as Emma described earlier, each animal has a specific heat matrix. This is a formulaic bit of information that the keepers use to decide at what temperatures the animals can come out to the exhibits, and at which point they need to stay inside their controlled environments. I don't see them out. Maybe we just lucked up and saw them at the beginning.
There,
I,
in the grass maybe.
I think we were very lucky to catch them when we did.
So I have no votes one way or the other.
No votes on whether or not we go to Maharaja.
Because that way we can pass by Starbucks. And everybody knows I'm always at her quick Starbucks.
Are you gonna? Well, we're gonna have to stop if we get Starbucks.
Well, you guys can look at some stuff.
Okay. So it looks as though we're voting to go to jungle gorilla exploration trails, not because of the animals, but because of the proximity to Starbucks. Actually, why don't you do this? Why don't you go over and jump into Starbucks and get us a couple of drinks? I'm gonna run over to Flame Tree Barbecue real quick and say hello,
Okay.
and I'll meet you over at Creature Comforts. She's gonna surprise me. Hopefully she'll surprise me with a mocha frappuccino with extra caramel. That's sort of my go-to. Discovery Trading Company. We might check out some of the merchandising here a little bit in a second to see if there's anything new. One of the things we try to do here with Ear to Ear Magic is go into the gift shops on a regular basis just to do a purview and look at everything. Mind you, I'm not nearly as good as some people are at this, at recognizing everything that comes out new, but if something comes out, I want to make sure I say, get a picture of it and bring it to your attention, something that's cool. So I'm gonna come over to Flame Tree real quick and see if I can say hello. See if anybody I know is working today. Oh man, the smell. The smell is really amazing. So, but I'm not even hungry. I'm not even hungry, but the smell of this place is already making me hungry again. Sydney, this is amazing. This is awesome.
Yes.
So is back out. No, oh, I'm so sad to hear about the fries. The pulled pork fries. That's one thing you have to do right now, guys. If you go to restaurants, lots of times you'll show up and you're like, all right, I've got my favorites. They do have to have limited menus because of one, they can only have so many people working in the kitchen at a time. And so they can only have so many stations working at the time. So we got to be very careful to not get our expectations up. You might want to check ahead of time. But Hopefully they'll bring the fries back. Now, our live stream the other day, I had a little bit of a problem. For some reason, for almost an hour, I did not see anybody's comments. So, if anybody's on and watching, do me a comment check. Give me a thumbs up or let me know that they are working. I certainly do not want to miss comments today. We didn't notice that until later. Until Susan pulled up another device and we were able to check from a different source. So if you're on right now, give me a thumbs up. Give me some sort of comment. Let me know that you guys are out there. And if I don't see any comments pop up, I'll make sure to pull up another device. So Emma, that was awesome. We got to see those vultures. They were amazing.
Pretty cool, right?
And then the voluntary vulture, the Florida vulture.
Yeah, put on our freeloader.
Yeah, he decided he was going to sneak in there, but no, they weren't having any of it. So that was awesome. Thank you for the tip. Appreciate it, Emma. That was a great observation on Emma that they were doing the vulture training on the other side. So, we're Ear to Ear Magic.
Oh, okay, awesome.
You guys enjoying your day this afternoon?
Yeah. I'll check you guys out.
Oh, appreciate it.
Is that live stream?
We are live stream. So where are you guys from?
Down the street.
Down the street. I've been there before.
Yeah.
So we're actually from Winter Garden.
Oh,
So we moved here because we got tired of paying for hotels all the time.
yeah.
So
We just moved from DC, so
from DC,
to Claremont.
that's a little bit of a change of pace. So, well, welcome to be a Florida local as well. Thank you. They moved from DC to Claremont. That is a huge change of pace. We got some. I would go for that change. We are getting some sprinkles this afternoon. We have about a 60% chance of rain from about now until closing of the park today. But the sun is still shining. So I like these just very slight sprinkles. Because, you don't get overly wet. But every time it just barely falls on you, it cools you off ever so slightly. So I'm not sure if Susan has made her way out of creature comforts just yet. Let's see if she has. And if so, we'll see what. Now, I was going to point this out to you guys. We were confused by this the other day. I'll share this with you. Please remain behind the line for safety of the primates. We're not really sure why this extra 4 feet, why the 4 feet has been placed here. If we were right there at the edge, the primates would be unsafe. But back here, they're perfectly safe. Just curious about that. It says at the moment they're out actually foraging, so they're not even in the enclosures at the moment. All right, let's see. She may still be inside. Doo-ba-doo-doo. It is raining. It's just ever so slightly raining. Connie says that the primates out there where they have the stand behind the line instead of it. I'm not sure exactly why they have that 4 foot of. Connie thinks it's because people might climb over if not. So it's kind of a new thing. So when we were coming for Wildlife Watch, we weren't planning exactly on watching Starbucks, but Susan likes her creature comforts. All right, so I don't know what she got me, but I'm placing my bets on a mocha frappuccino with a caramel topping. So what do we have today? Guava passion fruit refresher. And what's that thing there on the left?
This is a caramel frappuccino.
A caramel frappuccino. Oh. I didn't quite win that bet.
What did you say you were going to get?
I thought I was going to get a mocha frappuccino with caramel drizzle.
Oh,
That's close.
I said I'm going to surprise you.
Yes, you would. You did. You surprised me. All right, so now I'm slipping out the entrance. Nobody tell her.
Not, just FYI, if you leave Starbucks in the park, start drinking before you leave the Starbucks.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah, you have to actually leave out before you can start drinking. But we also have to be stationary before we can
Oh, I
drink.
forgot about that.
Yes,
Sorry, guys.
can no longer be moving. So we have to find a quiet place where we can sit and drink for a bit.
I'm going to stand still right here and
How are you doing this afternoon? It's nice and cool now and muggy with the rain coming through. It was 90 degrees and a little warm before the rain started, but now it's feeling a little bit nicer. It actually does feel pretty good.
yes.
Yes, it is a mask from homecoming. Have you been? I'm assuming you've been to homecoming. Great chicken, great
This is
fried
my
chicken.
favorite mask, honestly. They have
You know what? It's so cute, and it matches my costume.
You
She-
should totally get one.
she,
They're $5. They're only $5.
Oh, she has one. Yeah.
Yep.
So, but no, she often she's got some Disney masks and she's got some other masks, but she always goes back to that one.
That's a little easier to breathe.
Yes, it is a little bit easier to breathe, and it still fits the requirements. So,
Oh, this is good.
and actually, some people probably ask why I'm not wearing my. I have a Stitch mask as well. I love Stitch. It's a great looking mask. It doesn't breathe so well, and you probably understand with glasses, it fogs up my glasses a lot more than the cloth one does here, because this one has a wire enclosure at the top, so not as much breath goes up to the top.
My husband made some when we were home. And
Yeah.
Found royal bags.
Yes.
And they put
Oh, I bet those feel nice. They're very comfortable.
the paper ones. After we were done using them, I took the metal out and put them on the Crown Royal ones so you could like little stay on our nose.
That's perfect.
That makes a huge difference.
We went into ABC Liquor with them. No one said anything. We went to Publix. We were stopping us. Where'd you get that?
No, that's funny.
So are you?
We are. We're actually live streaming right now. We're on. This is Wednesday, so we thought we'd come check out some of the animals. And we thought normally our daughter is here with us because she loves the animals. But it may be a little bit rainy. 60% chance of rain, so she might not.
Doesn't like the rain.
She doesn't want to hang out when it gets too wet. She says that her philosophy is that sundresses and rain don't mix. So she'll put on her little safari dress, and she doesn't like to get it wet.
Exactly.
But we just got to watch. If you guys missed it, we just got to watch the vulture training over there. So they had a couple of the vultures there, and it was fun to watch. These things are huge. And they had one of the local vultures trying to sneak in and get some of the food, and it was like a third of the size. So, but they look like they can be really scary creatures. But they've been here since 2004. I mean, they've been here for 16 years. I'm like, I had no idea that that this is more of their home than some of the people who work here.
Definitely, it flew by.
So we're over here by the Disney Vacation Club, guys. Visit DVC. Any DVC members out there? We love being DVC members. I tell you, that's one of the best choices we ever made. Then we decided to move here. And when we moved to Winter Garden, I told my wife, I said, so since we're moving here, I guess we need to sell our DVC points. And she's like, are you crazy?
No.
Matter of fact, we need more. We need more now because they're great staycations and stuff like that. So we have stayed at several places, even since the parks have reopened, just for having points. And that's the great thing about it is the fact that you can either stay for a week or just like us, stay for a night or 2 nights and just kind of enjoy them as they come. So it's really great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm?
Yep.
Oh, we should do that. We should go check it out.
Definitely.
We haven't been to that one over over there yet.
Definitely should. And then you go into your phone. You have to like scan it with your phone, and then somebody picks up. You can ask about what promotions or anything that's going on as far as points. So you can always download it.
Very cool.
Interesting how they redid it.
It's good.
That's good to know. Definitely.
And the one thing we actually are over. We're members over at Animal Kingdom Lodge,
Okay.
and it just for us it's just always great to kind of pop in there, and we always do. We feel like we come home when we come into Kidani or Jumbo House for the most part. So it's we've got hopefully we're going to be able to get back to some of the restaurants over there as soon as they open back up.
Baby steps.
It'll work, but we'll get there. We'll take it with those steps. So anyone who's jumped in, sitting down, we're stationary. That's why we have our mask off. You cannot walk around with a drink anymore. If you're eating or drinking, that's fine, but you have to stay in one spot.
Yep. Oh, perfect. Okay. Oh,
Perfect.
very cool.
Awesome.
Right now it's Monday through Friday.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
You know, the one thing
Thank
we've
you.
learned is that you can never have enough points.
No,
So that's the baby steps. You can't just have one.
No,
It's
you
true.
need several.
it's true.
So
Just one. So far, only one.
we got it a few years before we moved, and so it's been on our wish list to add a little bit more. And then one of these days, Alani. But I think before then, we need to get to Vero Beach.
Yeah.
So haven't been to Vero Beach yet. Anybody, you guys have been to Vero Beach? It's about 3 hours from here, right?
Whoa.
Is it less than that? We have some friends there. Matter of fact, if our friends are watching, they're at Vero Beach right now for their vacation. So, but we have yet to go down there. But we're gonna definitely check it out and spend some time down there. So, and then one of these days, maybe Hilton Head. But right now, Vero Beach and definitely Alani.
I always wanted to stop and go and tell them about the New Jersey. And I was like, I got it. I hear you.
That's our thing, is that since we moved down here, it's like we want to be around the parks and share the parks and do things with the parks. It's hard for us to step away for a bit, because we're thinking as soon as we do, something's going to happen. We're going to miss out, and then we want to see everything that's going on. There's just so much between all the parks here in Orlando. So,
There's so much going on in all the resorts too. I mean, there's a lot of things going on.
oh yeah, well that's for us. We spend almost as much time at the resorts as we do just at the parks, and so there's just so much to do. Are you done with your? Are you refreshed?
Okay.
She's refreshed
A
now.
refresher refreshed me.
Welcome back.
We're here. If you're,
How are you? I saw you earlier.
you wanna,
Yep.
here you.
I'm gonna carry.
Refreshing so we can move again. We want to make sure we stay as stationary.
Sorry, guys.
as
That was
possible.
way too close a view of my eyeballs.
Nice
to meet you as
you,
well.
Joyce. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
It's about to start raining.
It's about to really come down, and you got some shelter over there, don't you? Oh boy.
Oh boy. It's raining, guys. Not like super hard, but definitely raining. Of course, we're under a tree. Maybe I shouldn't say it's not raining super hard. The trees are actually a little bit, giving us a little bit of shelter. But yeah, if you can only flip around so you guys can see.
Oh yeah, it's coming down.
Yeah, it's raining. So we may have to go from like under.
That's okay. We're well prepared because we brought our raincoat. Oh,
Oh, yeah, they're
No.
totally in the car. Totally. Even though we knew there was a 50% chance of rain, we totally. See, it's already lightening up though. It rained and now it's already lightening up. Chris is gonna catch up to us. He's slurping. Oh. I'm just gonna step back over here underneath this tree. We're gonna get wet, so just I'm about to have some really, really, really curly hair. That's okay. When it cools off, when it rains, you cool off, and the sun comes back out and it dries you right off. So it's no hugely critical thing. Here comes Chris. I am on the bridge right now between It's already lightening up. Yeah, it's just little clouds in between Discovery Island and Harambe. So we are crossing over that bridge now.
So it looks like a boat has come through here just recently.
Yep.
Just every once in a while the characters will come by around.
Always on a boat.
Discovery Island.
So last time we were here, we took you on the safari. So we're gonna keep to the trails this time, just to give you guys a little something different.
Unless it starts pouring down rain, and then we'll get on the Jeep.
And then we'll maybe find some cover somewhere. But as you can see, it's really not bad at all. I mean, it is raining slightly, but it's truly is just a slight rain.
Just so you guys, I don't know if you guys noticed or were with us just a few minutes ago. I actually had my mask off because we were sitting off to the side having a great conversation with Joyce. And I was finishing up the last of my drink. Can't drink, Frappuccino too quickly. I don't know if you saw the security guard.
He was just checking to make sure.
He gave me a second glance.
Yeah.
Because if I hadn't have had a drink and was actively drinking, he would have asked me to put my mask back on.
So I don't know if you guys know, but at the Harambe Fruit Market, in addition to the fruit and snacks, you can also get roasted corn.
That's true.
That's the ear of corn right on the grill that they have right there.
Yep, they actually usually have the grill open and running. Let's see, I don't know if they do at the moment. But normally, this grill over there is open and going. Oop. And they are grilling corn on the cob for guests to have as a snack. And so, nice hot corn on the cob. It's kind of cool to walk through and have them smell it and see what they're doing as they're working on it. So. So I'm gonna hook up my battery here so I don't lose you guys. No, normally right over here from the grill they do have grilled corn going. So you can either get to the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail by either riding Kilimanjaro Safaris, and it's going to be right there at the exit. Yep. But if you have already ridden the safari or don't want to ride the safari, you want to go to the Gorilla Falls, you can still get there. Go this way. You know what? We haven't gone to Rafiki's Planet Watch. Are they actually open since they reopened the park? They're running the train. Maybe we take a train ride.
The last one.
Hey, could you check? I don't know if I'm good again. So. Yeah, it's just barely raining. It's big rain, but I'm not drenched. And as I say that, that's when the sky will open up.
I don't see any fresh comments. So
okay,
if you guys
we're still good.
Watching, maybe give us a quick hi so we know the computers are working.
I'm constantly worried about that now because of the other day when we had no comments for like an hour. It was only my device. So now I want to point this out. Normally this is where the forest of strollers will be, just to kind of give you an indication. This is like a litmus test here, guys, of how busy the parks are. the fact that there are no strollers out here, let's just let you know how limited the park crowds are overall. You can always tell how busy the parks are by how many strollers are over here, right?
Usually.
Yeah.
Good indicator.
If it's full, that means it's a good park day. All right, so. Yes, it really is usually full all the way. So this is what we're going to be going through here is the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. If you've never been on this self-guided tour walking trail, you got to put it on your list for next time you come to Animal Kingdom. They ask that while you're on the trail, there's no eating, no sharing of your food with the animals.
No drinking either. They did ask me if you talked to my part about the drink. I was clearing it for the ice. So
You don't want any of the gorillas or the other animals or birds to take a bit of your coffee or caffeine. It's raining, so we may not see any of our friends out. So, all right, so maybe you can answer my question. Okay, so Melissa's here. Melissa's going to give us the info, the 411. Hi, Melissa. We're live on YouTube. No pressure. So, well, we were just over by some of the other primates, and we noticed that they had the markers that are about 4.5, 5 feet away from the what is the purpose of the extended distance from the edge of the primates?
Primates, just because with this virus going on, primates can also maybe get it. They haven't had cases that much, but it's still that risk.
So this is like a social distance for the primates themselves,
Yes.
which is why we saw them over there by Creature Comforts by those primates.
Yes.
You won't see this on the reptiles. You won't see this, by the fish pond or something like that.
No.
This is primarily for the primates.
Yeah.
So,
So the primates do share a little bit of
Yes.
the bus.
Let's
That's
just
why we just want to have
take the extra precaution. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you, Melissa.
You're welcome.
I figured it was something like that, but we weren't 100% sure.
Yeah, of course.
Who are we?
They're at the corner.
Can I see them in the corner? Can I get them this way? Here we go. There are our friends. Now, are they taking shelter over by the
From
corner?
rain, yeah.
Get out of the rain a little bit.
That bamboo out there is getting a little
So, Connie, I don't know if they have any scientific evidence that the primates can actually catch the COVID-19, but I think they're just taking precautions so that they don't have to find out the hard
majority
way.
of their animals are endangered, so
The last thing you want to do is find out after the fact, I think. So, I think it's just, add a couple of extra feet here. Make sure everybody's okay before. Let's not find out after.
on the bamboo leaves, they can pull through
Look at the tails. They're beautiful. And you see the little one up there now, right, guys? Now,
the baby.
I'm trying to remember when the little one was born. Wasn't it last fall?
He's about like almost 7 months old.
7 months old?
In January.
January, okay.
Yeah.
I knew it was sometime not too long
He
ago.
was supposed to be born in December, but he was a little late.
Uh-huh.
So January.
I remember us trying to come out and see him, and we just never caught him when they were out. So,
Now it's definitely a perfect time because before he was always with his mom, and now he's
Kind of getting more
getting
independent.
more- yeah, and you can see his colors are out now.
oh yes,
Before
very
he was
much
born,
so.
it was all white.
So cute.
Very still got some independence going on there.
All right.
More cool animal babies here. Yeah, you can still see the sun. Here's a loading dock for the safaris. The back side of it, and you can see. If you haven't seen the safari since they've reopened, you can go back onto our channel and look up. One of our recent videos was we did the live stream of a safari just recently. You can see how the vehicle setups are. Make sure you beware of the buffalo.
It's a camping.
Yeah, this is an okapi. Yep. The okapi, as they say, looks like a relative of the zebra, or as we say in our household now,
Zebra.
zebra. But they are actually more related to the giraffe. And if you look at their snout and their skull base, they are very much more, imagine a very
Their
long,
tongue is the same. it's those stripes that make you think zebra, but they
Yeah.
are actually closely related to the giraffe.
Bespoke Magic Trips joining us again this afternoon. Good afternoon. You guys are from Mexico City, correct? I'm assuming you don't have any Okapis just running around Mexico City? It's okay, we don't have any running around Winter Garden either.
Nope.
But how cool would that be if you were just, out and about and saw an Okapi in one of the cow fields as you're driving around?
Uh-oh.
I hear more rain. So let's look at here. Let's see. Oh, they even give you some information about how it's more related to the giraffe. Theories are giraffes developed a longer neck in response to heavy competition for food in sparser savanna grasslands. The Okapi didn't face similar competition in the density overgrown forest. So they're sort of like giraffes that didn't have to get a long neck, but they have very long tongues.
Their body's about the same shape.
And just one is 8 foot and one is 5 foot as far as their shoulder height.
Which is the difference in the length of the legs and the length of the neck.
So it's interesting, the Okapi, unsociable, very shy and solitary, rely on sound to avoid predators and big ears. Whereas giraffes, they tend to gather. They are always in herds. So more Okapis. Got more different trails come through. Yes, chaotic Mexico City. It's probably good they don't have any Okapis in Mexico City.
Yeah.
That would make it even more chaotic.
How?
All right, so this area here is a little in-between area before you go to the bird sanctuary. It is inside, so they are reminding you to make sure you keep your distance. Disney World says, on behalf of Disney World and all of its cast members, I'd like to say welcome to Animal Kingdom today, this afternoon. Now, normally this area is completely open for exploration. It is not. Yeah. I want to see the naked mole rats. I want to see a naked mole rat. Yep, I see some over there. All right, who knows the most famous Disney naked mole rat? Bonus points to the first person who can tell me the name of the famous Disney naked mole rat in the comments. And I have a couple of the snakes over there. But normally this area is open, but not at the moment. Don't say the name, but do you remember the name of the naked mole rat? Disney name, the Disney character?
I don't. I can remember the song, but I can't really remember.
Let's see if anybody else does.
So right now, normally they have bird guides, but instead of bird guides, there is a QR code, and you can download a bird spotting guide for your personal use on your electronic device.
So used to we would come in here, guys, and our kids would each grab one of these laminated pieces of paper that had pictures of all the birds that could be found inside, plus their names. One of the disadvantages of this is, of course, the bird guide that you have now for scanning is only available for those who have a device. So, younger children, you'd have to hand them your phone or something like that. But it is at least a way that they have still made it available. More learning here from the Disney Wilderness Explorers. I love this bird sanctuary area. See the nest up there? So we're at the beginning of the nesting season.
Yeah. Yeah. So there are currently no females in this exhibit.
Yes. I remember last year when we came here about this time, all the males were just crazily building nests. Not that there would ever be anything in there, but they were building, they were getting ready. So,
So this is just the very beginning of nesting season for them, which is why you're just starting to see nests, but you can see some already being built here. And they're kind of juking it out over spots already. There's one being built up here, some over here.
because of the humidity, it's a little fuzzy. Even if you guys can see any of the nests that they're building. Like right here. You guys can see there's like one there. One over here. They are frantically building these nests in preparation for nesting season, but again, they're all males.
The same rules that they were talking about with the flamingos apply to these yellow birds, and they have a very large population already, so they keep the females separate, and they are not currently allowing any breeding. So which is why they're building, but there's not really any females. They build first and then try to attract their mates.
So the cool thing about this sanctuary is you can look up and see cool things. You can also look down and see cool things.
You guys can see fish are amazing, and we've got some really pretty ducks. Once they get full on in the nesting season, they aggressively fight over
Like real estate.
material.
Yes, it's funny to see them.
They will
One
steal
will build
nesting material
one
from
will
each
build a
other's
nest and another one will come along and steal the material out of the other person's nest.
Did it come down?
I love the little ducks.
Ducks are adorable. You have not seen duck cuteness until you've seen the babies of that little duck right there, because as tiny as that duck is, the babies are even smaller.
Now, what are the yellow birds' names again?
I cannot remember.
I'm
I need
blanking.
download
You need
my
to scan the QR code. So there is a similar aviary like this over on the Maharaja Jungle Track.
Yes, there is, with its own set of
But it's a completely different set of birds and species.
different areas.
These are very open. You can see out. It's a lot of sunshine. But I can't choose which one I actually like better. But this has a lot more fish in it. These fish are just beautiful. Yeah, Connie. I think Connie's got on to the trivia question of who the famous Disney naked mole rat is. Yes, it is from Kim Possible. And it's probably one of our kids' favorite Disney theme songs. If you guys have never seen Kim Possible, there is Ron, who is Kim's sort of spy mate, has a fur and hair allergy. So he found a naked mole rat to be his buddy. He lives in his pocket. And the naked mole rat's name is Rufus. R-U-F-U-S, Rufus. So you can look it up. You can download the song. It's called the Naked Mole Rat Rap. We've almost got more cast members in here than we do guests. All right, let's go see some hippopotamuses. Hippopotami. Hippopotami. Oh, they're in the water. Oh, guys. Check him out. Always coming right up to the glass. Oh, he's looking for belly rubs. So this guy was just added to the mix last year. He's still very young. I think it was spring of 2019. Ooh. There he goes.
Now, for those of you that don't know, hippos do not swim. They walk on the bottom. So
Yes.
he kicked off and pushed himself up to get a breath, and now he's walking along the bottom once again. Alright. I'm going to snap some photos, but he is on the back side of this rock now.
I'm glad we got to see him while he was still so close up.
Maybe he'll pop back up for air and we can catch him on the top.
Here he goes. He's going to come up for the breath. Maybe.
Maybe. Possibly. We'll see. Or not.
A little harder to see now. I'm so glad we caught him. Glad we caught him when we first got in. All the fish eating off of the rock.
Yeah, that's cool. Lots of fish.
You can barely see the shadow. If you guys are coming in just now, we've got a baby hippo here, born just last year. We've seen a lot of babies today. A lot of our aging babies. But just this year, we've had, let's see, we've had a tamarin. We've had a mandrill was born just last Friday. We've had a zebra, or a zebra, as we refer to them as. There he is. Oh, he went back under. Is he? There he goes.
Along the bottom.
Oh, he's going to make a lap. Here he goes. See if we can get really up close. Ah, look at that, guys. He's so cool. He's almost as big as our Great Dane. He might be a little bigger. Look at him. He's adorable. Hey, buddy. He's kind of chilling.
Now he's looking at them.
Callie, back up.
He's like, all right, I posed for my photo. I'm moving on. And he is out of here.
He's like he's on the
I wish I could float like that in the water. So that was pretty awesome. Hey guys, if you enjoyed that, do us a favor, give us a like on our video here. Give us a thumbs up if you like the baby hippo. That lets YouTube know that it's a cool video with baby hippos in it, and it helps us as far as our reach and sharing with more people. Susan got a really cool photo. Look at that.
Got some face photos too.
As he stared at us.
There's a good
He's
one.
so cute. I love it. There he is.
Back to the back.
He's
He
floating
is
around.
literally jogging across the pond right now, guys.
He's like a little rabbit. He's bounding. Boom. You can see that. There he goes.
Coming out of the water.
Now, the cast members have told us before that it's unusual. They don't tend to always like to hang up here toward the front. They like to stay in the back. You know, they don't have any control over where they go. So I find it to be we're very blessed with the fact that he came right on up to the glass to share
He is not
the
shy.
afternoon with us.
He is still a baby, so he likes to play.
He's still a little guy, little in perspective. Whoop, and he's back down. That's awesome. So yeah, if you guys like that, give us a thumbs up. Appreciate it. And I'm gonna sanitize. Just because I haven't washed my hands since Starbucks. And we are touching some ropes and stuff like that. Safe for me, safe for everybody else. Thanks for joining us. If you're just joining us here, we are at Disney's Animal Kingdom Park this afternoon for Wildlife Watch Wednesday, where we're basically not even around attractions, but we're having just as much fun walking around and seeing the animal exhibits here. Meerkats and the zebras. Now, last time we were here, there were a couple of baby meerkats that were learning to watch. They were trying so hard to be like their moms and dads, but I don't know, it's kind of raining. I don't know if they're going to be out today.
Inside. Does that make sense? Because lion claws are what? What's that fancy word?
Are they out today? A little bit further. Oh yeah, just a little bit over.
They can bring their claws in, they can bring them out. So they can bring it out. They're retractable, right?
It's on the other side of the trees there.
Yeah, they're digging.
They're always
So
digging.
you're in and out. Can a cheetah bring?
Oh, I see a whole like massive little heads like right over there together.
You're exactly
in the
right.
back.
They can't do that at all. You see their prints?
You see them? They're all kind of huddled up.
Why do you think their claws are out? What do they know?
Barely see them over there. We'll get into better action in just a second.
Do you think having their claws that helps them run faster?
One right here looking.
Totally right. So you obviously see cheetahs from back here.
We're gonna wait our turn to get a little bit closer so we can see them. I see one there.
No, we're not meerkats. What would I say? You do not play monkeys. You don't see those either? Oh my gosh. So what do you see in your backyard? Squirrels? What else? Yeah, we saw some.
Doing great. How are you doing today?
Good. So squirrels, what else?
My buddies, the meerkats.
We love them.
Look how wussy they are with the rain.
Is that what they're hiding?
They're hiding
from
because the
rain
raindrops.
over
Yep.
there? No, you can't.
Except
Except
this
for the
one out-
watchers.
Except this one out here, because he's the sentry. He's the guard, right?
I see
Yes.
watching very attentively.
Like other animals do
Cute,
things
cute.
behind. Like what would a spider
So here's our sentry. I don't know if you guys can see him. Sentry's like right there.
I think he wants to see the gorilla.
There's the sentry. There's a guy keeping out, watch out for flying birds and the like who are gonna steal them away.
Perfect. Come on over, Explorer. My pleasure. Keep on tracking those animals, okay? Take care.
I got him right here. I think they can see him at the bottom. You know how you get them to come to you, right?
How?
Just, come here, cat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, right?
I call them merely cats, because they're not even cats.
No.
They're probably too social to be considered to be
Believe it or not,
cats.
They're still in the Felidae. They're classified, but they're not cats. I
So
call them
how,
merely cats.
how did that come about that the name cat came into play?
Well, because they spell it K-A-T, so K-A-T has to have a different connotation, but yet
Yeah.
they put them in, if you look up their classification, they're still in Felidae, which
Okay.
doesn't make sense to me.
They don't seem very cat-like.
No, they look more like ferrets and squirrels.
Yes.
They're actually related to mongoose and the African ground squirrel.
So to say, that-
makes sense. Very social. I just love how very complicated their social structure is.
Well, also in the wild, what will happen is that they'll let the ground squirrels dig the tunnels, and then they'll steal it.
They take them over. So I noticed some of them have like a green on their back. Does that just mark them?
Green is just an identification, so we could, in case one of them gets hurt, we could
Tell
call the
which is
keepers
which.
and say, hey, it's the one with the green on the left hip or something.
Okay, that makes sense.
So it's a little identification tattooing, so to speak.
Uh-huh.
So they're hiding from the
Yeah, they're
rain.
all hiding from the rain. It's not even raining. That's what's funny. It's really not
Believe it or
raining at the
not, it's
moment.
more a vegetable thing, so it's safe for them to lick it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
See, there's nothing going on. They don't, now they're playing.
Yeah.
They're goofing off instead of digging tunnels and looking for food. See, this one's your sentry right down here. He's your guard.
Yeah,
He's watching out.
He's very alert.
So we've noticed that, we were watching a lot of the other birds in the park are entering in or just coming out of the nesting season. Is there such a breeding season for the meerkat?
Not real. Well, in Africa there is.
These-
But here, anytime.
Okay.
It's just every
They're in
day.
heat all year long.
Okay.
Because the last time we were coming through here, I recall that there were several young that were walking around and
Well, they're
mimicking
trying
their
to
adults.
determine- These are all males here. They're trying to determine who's the dominant male, so they could introduce a female.
Oh,
Ah.
okay.
So they're observing their behavior. Who
So
mounts who?
so the fact that they're all male is explaining why they're goofing off and not
Correct.
really getting anything done.
Right. That could be.
That would explain why nothing is actually getting done at the
exactly.
moment.
You know,
So
Being silly boys.
They don't have a female to clean their house, clean their tunnels and everything.
there's
it's all cluttered.
trash and nobody to make them be responsible and pick up after themselves. And
Right, just like I do in my house. But I live alone. I have a wife.
there you go.
All right, guys.
That was awesome.
Meerkat.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it,
No
sir.
problem.
Have a great afternoon.
You too.
We'll let the sentry get back to watching over.
Oh yeah. Everybody says, well, are there really vultures up there? I said, that's a normal sky. This is not a Disney sky.
Yeah. But I say, there's only so many things you can control, right?
Exactly.
Like, oh look, there goes one of our meerkats right now. You guys have a good afternoon.
Thank you. You too.
All right, so now we're gonna move into the gorillas, the mountain gorillas. I'm hoping that our 1-year-old female gorilla is here. Certainly. We're good. Now is she out this afternoon? Our baby Grace?
Yeah, everybody, the whole family group is always out.
Okay.
So on occasion, they might have access to the indoor space if one of them's not feeling well, but there's never access cut off.
Do you guys ever do a gorilla roll call? Like with a gorilla roll call in the morning? See if everybody's out and
We definitely keep track of who might seem reluctant to go out, because then that can kind of indicate to us, oh, maybe
they might not be feeling so well.
not vibing it, but there's only 7 of them, so we're pretty good with them versus with like the aviary that you walk through.
Yeah.
They do a literal roll call, check every single bird in the aviary twice a day.
Wow, that's a Where's Waldo. That's crazy.
Visual health check, it's important.
So guys, we're over here by the gorilla exploration exhibit. There are 7 gorillas in here,
We're gonna be kind of
and one of them is Grace. Grace was born in May of last year. So we're gonna see how big Grace has gotten. Now Grace has 1 or 2 brothers in this exhibit.
She has 2 brothers and an older sister.
We've got one here who's fallen and he can't get up. So they all, I don't know if it's because of the rain or for what reason, but they are all right up here by the glass today.
I see Grace.
I see Grace. There she is. She's gotten so big.
It's still little, relatively.
Oh, still very tiny. But considering how big she was when we saw her last year around this time, she was still being held by mom every time we came through. It was fun to see the other gorillas would come through and check on Grace and play with her and give her attention. So now Grace is up and running around. She probably still stays close to mom for the most part, though. I want to see this. I want to see the goofy one in right here, who's just kind of play into the guests. All right, we're gonna move on up and see our first guy here.
He's just chilling.
Not hanging out with the rest of the crew at the moment, just kind of taking it easy. But everything's dry up here underneath the alcove.
Coming over.
He's silver backing it up, silver backing it up. Oh, look.
Oh, there's Grace.
Hey,
Oh,
Grace.
my goodness.
Grace is going to come attack. Attack, gorilla. Aww.
Aw.
How sweet is that, guys? Let me see if I can jump on the other side and see, can I catch her any at all? There she is. Oh,
She is. She's playing. She wants to play.
get down here on her level. So this is Grace. She was, like I said, born in May of last year. She is a big girl. She's gotten so much bigger since we saw her last summer. Normally she's always up here at the glass with her mom and being held by mom, but now she's just kind of going around as she likes. But she is just adorable. Another successful animal birth here at Animal Kingdom. Like she's getting ready to attack somebody. Oh, there she goes.
Oh, no fear.
Oh, she's gonna get him.
No fear. She's like, don't do it. Just don't do it.
Like, all right, leave him alone. He's had a hard day in the exhibit. Let's not be attacking the big guys. So there are 7 silverback gorillas in the exhibit. I'm not really sure which one is mom now, because it used to be really easy to tell. But you see, she's playing over there now with brother.
The boys, they are the same age. They are both 6.
Yeah, she's gotten much, much bigger since May of last year. Oh, she's being brutally attacked. This is vicious, guys.
Rough housing.
Avert your eyes.
Rough housing.
Oh,
Rah, rah, rah.
hello. So, which one is Grace's mom?
Oh, that one right there.
Right here in the center. The one that was resting.
The one that was by herself for a moment?
Yeah. The one playing with Grace, that's the half brother.
Half brother?
Yeah, he belongs to her. To this female right here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's like, oh, no, you don't. Hey, remember,
Enjoy playing this.
ladies don't start fights, but they certainly finish them. Oh, he's not letting her get away.
She has one brother that plays gentle, the other one plays fast.
Oh, it's a roughhousing right there. She's like, let me alone, let me go. He's like, no, you don't. You started this. She said, I was minding my own business before you came over and attacked me. Oh, what's he gonna do now? Oh, don't. He's gonna spin her around. So he's a little bit more of a roughhouser than the other brother.
Yeah.
Oh, she's like, oh, I should have never done this. Oh, she's probably enjoying every bit of it though.
Mom's coming to intervene now.
Mom's like, all right, that's enough. That's
She
enough.
doesn't like what she sees, she's going to eat her.
She's like, all right, that's enough. You guys keep it
yeah.
down.
There you go.
I'm trying to get my beauty sleep this afternoon, and you guys are
Back
keeping
to
me awake.
Mom.
Oh,
Mom to save her.
going back to base.
So she's the oldest of the 2 moms.
Is she?
She's 28. She's got 3 kids. That's a daughter right there.
Right here?
That's her daughter.
And that boy up on the hill there.
The one that went out this way?
Well, it's good to see Grace again. Everybody say hello to Grace. We'll have to come back and see Grace again soon before she gets too much bigger.
So adorable.
Oh, look how big she is. She's breathing heavy because, you know, that roughhousing. Woof, wears her out. All right,
Alright.
cool. Thank you very much, Alan. I appreciate it. Oh, look. Oh, little kiss. Good big sister. Awesome. You guys are doing a good job. Good job as a family unit here. All right. don't know if you guys enjoyed that or not, but that's kind of cool. Hang out. You know, Grace is now playing with the rest of the family. Runs over and attacks her brothers. You saw how one brother was roughhousing with her. She tried to get away. He'd grab her by their big back feet and drag her back. Then,
Says that Grace is a toddler and was a toddler last time she saw
Oh, yeah,
her
she was-
May of 2019.
Yeah, that's when-
So she's definitely
oh, much bigger now.
bigger than she was
Um,
for sure.
And then after got roughhousing too much, Mom stepped in. She came over and played
It's like what
home
us
base.
would do with their
Yeah,
their
it's just
kids
like-
when they got too rowdy.
just like anybody else's family.
So we've
after
got the
waiting so much
males
long.
over here, the unattached males. You can see them over here. Looks like they're heading over back behind some cover.
Starting to rain a little bit more. So I haven't seen as many gorillas on these sides of the exhibits as the ones that we just left. They tend to hide a lot more on these exhibits, or just not out at the moment.
Well, and I did notice them actually head back over. It's possible they're just getting out of the rain.
Yeah.
As the keeper for Grace's group mentioned, they do leave the area open for them to come and go if they would like to.
So I don't see any of the other males
You know, I didn't
out and
see
about.
too
I saw a couple
head
of them.
that way, but
Yeah, I think they were trying to get out of the rain. Oh, feels really good. Hello, how are you today? We just got to see Grace be roughhoused by brother, saved by mom, and then sister came over and gave her a kiss to make sure she felt better. I'm like, I wish my kids were that nice to one another.
No gorillas over here right now.
No, but just, I mean, it's a cool environment. It really is. Sort of a mountain-like environment. So, stream marks a rough boundary between the home range of a family troop of lowland gorillas and territory used by a bachelor or all-male group, which is kind of how they've set this exhibit up. These are all the males. That what we just came through was the family group, which is where we saw Grace and the like. So, yeah, the ones who aren't stupid enough to challenge for dominance yet. So, when they get that big, they're going to be booted out for the most part. Thank you guys for joining us. I mean, we've not done a lot of rides. The whole purpose of today was really just kind of enjoy the animals. I don't know. We've seen lemurs. We've seen the vultures were really cool. If you guys are just joining us late and you haven't seen the beginning of it, go back and watch.
Definitely go back and watch.
When this comes back up, the vulture training was pretty amazing. And then we got to see the Grace, the gorillas, the baby hippo. And you know what? Let me ask the cast member. I totally forgot the name of the baby hippo. Excuse me. I have totally forgot the name of the baby hippo. Do you remember his name? Augustus. Yes, that's it. I thought so. He came right up to the window and just sat there and almost did a belly roll to say, "Here, scratch me." And it was just, I've never seen him that close before. So I think he did a good show this afternoon. Thank you. Augustus. We can call him Gus Gus. Gus looked to him. Now I can immediately tell you that there's primates in this exhibit.
This is the backside of the Angolan black and white colobus monkeys that we saw when we came.
Yeah, the colobus monkeys are on the other side. We're at the end of the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail.
Yeah.
We've done a full circle. It's done a kind of a good job to kind of keep it out. But it is, so this is the back side of the exhibit we saw as we first came in.
Yep.
So we will be popping right back out here, and we'll be right back where we came in at the edge and the end of the safaris. So it's kind of a little hidden gem. If you ride the safaris and you've never gone on the trail and you don't know it's there, it's all kind of hidden in between the inside of the area that they do the huge safari on. So we'll sure we take a little bit of hand sanitizer. I will sanitize my camera stand here. And then at the end, you can grab yourself some
Plushy.
plushie. Oh look, they have Okapis. Oh, has Liberty seen these Okapis?
Yeah.
Oh my, look at,
They haven't addressed this here just so
oh no, they did. He looks purple. Is he purple or gray? He's gray.
Okay.
He just kind of looks purple in the light.
That's a dark gray.
We got rhinos, elephants. Oh, the baby's a finger pup. Painted dogs. And imaginary animals that are not found here in the park. So, mingos and okapis. The okapi is cool. I don't think I've ever seen an okapi plush before. So again, that's the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail over here in Harambe in the Africa section.
So there are some more than just rides here at Animal Kingdom. They do actually have animals. In addition to the safari, there are actual animal exhibits.
All right, so the question is, does anyone want to head over to Maharaja Jungle Trek to see tigers and bats and more birds? Or should we get on the train and go to the Planet Watch?
Maybe too late for this.
It may be. Is it getting close?
It is. They're close.
They're already closed? Oh, well, there goes that decision right there.
Just close. 4:30.
4:30? Oh, yes, it does say 4:30. Yeah, by about 5 minutes.
Hi.
So if you do take the train over there for Rafiki's Planet Watch, I don't know if they're still doing the Academy art animation. I want to do that again when they do open it back up if they haven't already. But they have a animator come over and show you on a large screen how to draw certain Disney animals, creatures, characters. They've done anything from Simba to fish, Nemo and Dory and stuff like that. Even to the point of lately they've been doing like some of the villains. Now Harambe is still closed as far as Harambe Market,
Currently closed for food order.
so no more food. There are a couple tables to sit out and relax, but the food is closed at the moment.
We do have tables marked for social distancing. So. We're going with that.
So guys, we're at least those of you on the eastern coast here of the United States are just about the end of the normal banking hours work day. You are at the end of Wednesday. It's hump day. You've made it halfway through the week. Congratulations. And I hope that for those who needed a little bit of extra, maybe a little bit of extra Disney magic just to kind of help you make it through the day or through the rest of the week. Appreciate you guys kind of joining us. I want to jump down here off of this landing. This is a landing right off of Harambe that oftentimes they will have Disney PhotoPass photographers down here. It's a great photo spot. And if you don't know about it, this landing opens up right up to the tree. So you can see it is a great spot to take group photos. Or if you just want a good photo of the tree. Or if the characters, they will be coming right by here. as they come around. So just to kind of point this out, we try to give you guys some good information, especially for those who are getting ready for trips moving forward. Let you know where some great spots are to take photos. And it's always fun to have you guys join us in the parks, but it's also good just to kind of share some good information for planning in the future. And if you guys are planning on coming to Disney here in the next fall, or even in 2021, we would love it if you guys would consider giving us an opportunity to help you guys make that magic happen. We are Travelmation travel agents. It's what we do. We don't get paid by Disney to come around and enjoy the parks. We actually do have to work on outside of hours. We help travel clients plan their trips to Disney, Universal, and anywhere else really, actually. And if you are considering doing some travel in the near future and love to support us here at Ear to Ear Magic, give us a shout out. Let us know if we can help you out. There are no fees. Vendors will pay us a commission when you actually take your vacation. So why plan a vacation by yourself when you can have somebody else do it? No cost to you. So let us know if we can help you out. We'd love to help you make some magic for your next vacation. And hey, maybe one of these days we'll see you in the parks. That would be awesome. And if you do ever run into us, please say hello. I think one of the most discouraging emails or messages I get are, hey, I saw you guys walk by and I didn't want to bother you, but I saw you in the parks. No, don't. You're never bothering us. Please say hello. Especially if we're doing a live stream, we'd love to talk with you and let you share some of your experience. I wish I knew how many pictures of the Tree of Life I actually owned. I can probably tell you I have 5 figures of pictures of this tree. I don't think the characters are out today because it's kind of rainy.
Yeah, not at the moment. They don't normally come around when it's raining, so if
You know.
it passes, then we may be.
You don't want, I mean, Pluto gets that wet dog smell.
And by we, I mean I was a good 30
So-
in front of him. If you tried to
You see the owl? You see the owl there in the tree?
Yeah,
He's like he's perched. He's like he's ready to hunt.
it really does. So many animals up there. So many. Scorpion, right?
So many
Or is that a lot?
ones to look for. But the owl is just, he's like he's ready to catch a mouse.
And monkeys and giraffes.
Now, Connie, I would like to officially apologize on behalf of us on the channel here. We apologize for you not getting any housework done. It's funny too, because you know what? Connie, you're just like me, Connie, because when we're doing live streams like this, I don't get any housework done either. So it's okay. I get you. I totally get you. But all right, we're going to be coming up on a relaxation station. I'll at least just show you guys where that is. If you're not familiar, relaxation stations, there's either 2 or 3 in each park here at Disney World. They are areas in which, if you go into the area, it is agreed upon that you realize that it is a place where people can remove their mask once they're in a stationary position. They do keep it sanitized as people go in and out. But it is only, other than sitting down stationary and eating.
Keep petting this foot. Maybe you'll freak out.
All right, well, we'll just have to keep walking. I've been trying to walk around, but it's not made a bit of difference. I've lost Wi-Fi and I've lost connection. That's just odd that I've lost Wi-Fi and carrier. Do you have any signal?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not to Wi-Fi right now.
Yeah, I've got nothing with this. Nope, nothing.
I have one.
There we go. We're back. Wow, did you see how far I had to walk before I got sick? Woo. Had to, we lost, I guess that's the relaxation station where you can sit down, take your mask off, and not do anything on your phone. So, we had to walk a little farther. I was going to show you guys the relaxation station, but man, there's no signal and the Wi-Fi is completely down in that area. So the Yak and Yeti restaurant, Anandapur, Yak and Yeti, really great place to eat. A little bit of information for you guys, especially if you're going to be traveling and you've never eaten here or anything else. Know about this restaurant. It is not a Disney owned and operated restaurant. It is actually owned by Landry's. And if you are a member of the Landry's rewards program, you can actually walk up and show them your card and you'll have easy access. You jump to the front of the line for seating. So even if you don't have a reservation, you can easily get a table if you are part of the Landry Select Club. Let's look at some of the stuff they have here. Pot stickers. I'm gonna get hungry here.
Yeah.
Firecracker shrimp is
A
really
little bit of
good.
torture. We've had several things here, and I will tell you, if you have to be gluten-free, their gluten-free menu is amazing. They have a black and white chocolate cake.
Oh, she
on
loved
their
that.
desserts.
I did try it. I would not.
He said he would have ordered it for himself.
I would have not
was
known
that
it was
good.
gluten-free if you had not told me.
It was delicious. So, mango pie. I have not had the mango pie, but it sounds yummy.
So, some of the menu items here at Yak and Yeti. And like I said, if you are part of the Landry Select Club, don't miss out on the opportunity to show your card, and they will put you early up on the list and get you a table, because they are first and foremost a Landry's restaurant, and will make sure they take care of their customers that way.
Go ahead and head back to the...
Unfortunately,
I'm not sure it may close at 5.
oh, we may need to hurry up and get in there for the Maharaja. The quick service out here, where lots of times people will grab something to eat when they don't want to eat, sit down at Yak and Yeti, unfortunately is not open at the moment.
But it is open earlier in the day. They've been closing it
But
earlier.
you can
So-
also grab some foods that's very similar to what's like inside of Yak and Yeti,
Yep.
outside of quick service as well. So it is a 5-minute wait for Cali River Rapids. I have a love-hate relationship with Cali River Rapids right now. The last time I rode Cali River Rapids, I got off and I was completely dry. I've gotten more wet today standing around walking into the rain than I was riding Cali River Rapids last time. The next time I expect the rapids to make it up to me. I mean, come on, you want to ride a ride like that, you want to at least get, a splash of water. They had turned off all the water features. So,
They have done a lot of the water fountains, so there's a really cool fountain over here.
yeah, there's normally a fountain over here running, and the kids will come over here and play in the water, but it is turned off because they don't want to have, to instigate gatherings. So, how long is it open till? Is our Jungle Trek trail still open for today? Awesome. We're hoping to find ourselves a large bat, or maybe a Samachin tiger, maybe.
QR code that you can scan for your trail map.
So to kind of help you out to figure out what everything is, so you can use that as an educational.
You can also, further explore in the Disney Parks app. They have features here within the animal area. So.
And if you have not downloaded Disney Play, it's a good idea to do so. Do so before you get into the parks. You can either do stuff in Disney Play outside of the parks, including trivia and music selections as well. Good afternoon. Loving the fan. You check him out. We got a dragon sighting.
She's the only one out here today? Ah, got it.
So is this rock naturally heated, or is there some artificial heat with it as well? Awesome.
So she's hanging out there because it just feels perfect to her right now. pretty, guys. Big. Dangerous.
Now, originally when Animal Kingdom was to open, there was to be another section of the park that would include some fantastic creatures of imagination, including dragons. Unfortunately, that part of the park never came to fruition. But we do have dragons here at Animal Kingdom, though.
Healthy respect for that creature. She could.
Wonder how warm that rock is.
I don't know.
Go out there and
She
lay
seems
on the
pretty
rock.
content at the moment.
So, thank you very much. Have a great afternoon. So, for those of you who need clarification, I want to make sure to clarify that is a Komodo dragon. It is not a kimono dragon. That's a completely different creature. Kimono dragons have a lot better sense of fashion. She's like, she is ready for her close-up.
Alright. She's watching us.
So we've got a little bit of a lag on our comments today. Bespoke Magic Trip says the mango pie is awesome. They tend to buy some at the quick service and take them back to the room.
You know,
See, now we got to put that on my list because I've never had the mango pie.
see, we've been a lot of really good desserts lately. So when we were at Spice Road Table last week.
Yeah, Spice Road Table in Morocco's Pavilion at Epcot. What dessert do we have?
The pistachio.
Saffron custard.
Saffron custard, and it is like at the top of my list now for dessert.
So shout out right now to Spice Road Table.
Yes.
Go check them out on Instagram at Spice Road Table. And the next time you go over to the Morocco Pavilion, even if you want to stop in for dessert,
They have indoor and outdoor seating.
I was not going to have dessert that night. I was pretty full. I'd already had, some appetizers and a main course. Susan wanted to try the custard, and I'm glad we did.
Oh, it was so good.
It was so much pistachio in that. It was really good. I always wonder because pistachios can sometimes either be really good or just kind of, eh.
I don't see anybody out.
It came on for just, oh, there we go. I don't know is it just because of the rain today? Could be the rocks, but we lost the bats. Maybe see some of the bats from in here. I don't know. But they do. We'll have to maybe post a picture afterwards. There's one of the bats in there hanging upside down.
They refer to them as flying foxes. They are
Flying
large.
foxes.
They are very large.
See if any of the tigers are out today. I haven't noticed or gotten an updated idea about Jeddah lately. I don't see them out today.
Let's go down to the bottom.
They like to hide a lot. See if we can find any of the Sumatran tigers. Now I'm going to show you guys a hidden Mickey. If anybody likes hidden Mickeys, I'll share this one with you guys.
Them.
You're hunting them?
I'm hunting them.
There's one right up here on the wall.
I know.
You found that one before?
No, but I know where it's supposed to be.
There's one right up here. Let's see if I can show you guys. Before you walk into the next part of the exhibit, I'll see if you guys can find it first. I'll just kind of put it in the right direction. See if anyone can find it. Shout out when you've seen it. All right, if you guys had a good eye there, you would have noticed this little guy right there. One of our kids actually found that for us a couple years back. Very proud of themselves. Good eye. Any of them out today? Either of the twins, the little ones? Just Dad today?
Dad. Oh, he's coming over.
He is not little.
No.
No, but you see him with the other three. He's massive.
That's what I thought.
He's a little over 300, and
Oh,
the
God.
females are around 200. I think Jetta, the cub, male cub, was about 270 right now. I think. It's not as big as that, though.
Did I miss it? Didn't make me on the left yet? This one? I assume it's this one, but I'm not totally sure.
Yeah, so each of these portraits have one.
He's digging about.
okay.
I think he's
So
marking.
don't ask me where this one is.
He's digging for something.
One, and the other two, I think also have.
I didn't get the full, you know.
See if we can
because
catch
to
him
get
on
the
this
full
side.
shot is to pay for it as they get them. Don't you get the full?
As he comes around.
I did the cheap version. Maybe
I still learn. We'll point them out.
There he goes. What's that, about 300 pounds?
Yes.
He's a good size.
they add them, they subtract them.
And I think sometimes it's like acting.
It's like what?
Laying down.
Connie found our hidden Mickey from before. Like I said, we have a little bit of a lag on our comments today. I think our stream is lagging ever so slightly. But I think Connie found the hidden Mickey from before.
Yeah. Well, see, I can't tell because it says when you come through the archway, so I'm not sure if I'm through.
Okay, this one, the one I know of, is not on the person.
Oh, okay, thanks.
And if we just look at this guy here. Well, well, well. Look at what we have here. It's always fun to have hidden Mickeys to look for. Then you get into certain of the new areas in which there are no hidden Mickeys, like Galaxy's Edge. And you're like, oh, or Pandora, you're like, there's got to be a hidden Mickey somewhere, to the point where you're almost looking for hidden Mickeys and putting them in your mind where they aren't any. So
This one's the one with the. This one I was having trouble finding too, but I'm pretty sure he had one. I know for sure this one.
yeah, we found the one in this one just here behind me. It's a little higher up.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the one on this one just yet.
I decided not to buy the expensive book that has like 10,000 listed or something
Oh,
particular.
it's so much more fun to just look for them.
Exactly. No, I mean, at least if they don't, no, but I can't look for it because you would have to walk through the entire thing for 10 years.
Yeah.
To look at everything that slowly.
There we go. I see him now. Okay.
There's one.
So
Again, I'm looking at the ear, but again, I don't think that's it.
No.
So,
I'll give you guys a little bit of a
I mean, I
hint.
always say the ear because of that, not because I think it looks so fun. You know.
This one's in the landscape.
Oh, what's a landscape? There's very little landscape.
Oh, we lost Susan. Well, now I have to come over here and see if we can find the next hidden Mickey. All right, I'll give you guys a little bit of a scan first. You guys tell me if you can see it before. The tigers are cool to look at the details.
Now, I'm going to assume it's in the mural and not this mural.
Yes.
I am not seeing one here.
You got inside that by hidden Mickey.
Yes, I am.
Come on.
There's one in each portrait. I found every one of them except for this one.
Okay, we'll have to come back and search for that one. This area is technically closed.
Oh, we have to. The trail is closed at this moment, so we're like the last people on Main Street who won't leave.
Exactly. So we're being closely monitored by passengers now. There was a wilderness explorer senior guide right here.
Yes.
Who just closed up. They closed up at 5. Something to keep in mind if you have a child who is looking to get all those badges for their Wilderness Explorer book, they need to complete them by 5 o'clock, because that is when all of the local
Everything was shut down an hour prior to closing of the park. I love the murals. So have all the birds in the aviary clocked out already? They probably already clocked off and headed home, haven't they? All right, there's a hidden Mickey in that mural. Go find it. Oh, that one we'll do later. So we showed you the aviary, the bird habitat over on the Gorilla Falls exploration. Now we're going to see the one that's over here, Maharaja Jungle Trek. I think I actually prefer this one to the other one, just because of the types of birds that are in it.
There is, on one of these tall pillars, there's some hawks that nest every year. See that? But they're here every year. I was told they come back to this same location and they have babies.
Don't.
I happened to catch them last year. It was really cool.
So we'll have to look and see if they've come back this year. So if anybody's joining us here later in the feed, we are at Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park, officially over in the Maharaja Jungle Trek. This trail has closed, so we're going to be almost by ourselves here because they've closed the entrance to it. So we're not going to stick around too long because there are cast members who are ready to.
They have some gorgeous rides in this area. You can see one right here actually walking on the back.
And like other areas, they do no longer have the laminated sheets for bird identifications. You scan your QR code, and you can use that on your phone to help identify and find all the birds that they have in the area. You can look at the nest up in the trees.
Nests up here. Lots of talkative, chatty birds. Some of them are ducks, so you can see some ducks over here.
So the one-legged guy over there.
Yeah.
The plumage is just so shiny.
It looks kind of like a peacock. The head, it's got the pretty, almost peacock-like feathers on it.
Oh, tell me that. Whoa. Low flying. Okay. Coming at you. Yeah, I advise to always not walk underneath the birds.
It's difficult to do sometimes in here.
Admire the birds, just don't walk underneath them. Now, a lot of the birds here in this area, you want to watch the ground. A lot of them are on the ground and running around. Sometimes they're hiding in and out of the places, so just kind of keep your eyes open.
Lots of nests. Oh, look, what kind of bird is that?
Great Argus pheasant.
Okay.
It's a pheasant.
Gorgeous.
Male. We have a male and a female.
Okay. That's the long, pretty tail. To show
I
off for the
think
female.
that's the bird that our daughter was gifted a feather from one of the CMs. Sometime last year when we came in the spring, we had just walked out of here and she just happened to have a feather.
Loose feather, yeah. She
So
gave to her.
They have really cool feathers.
Yes.
we have a hard time not walking out of this park without some sort of plumage coming with us in some form or fashion.
I love that.
She finds them everywhere and takes them with us. So
Good though.
she really enjoys this. This is part of some of her favorite parts of the park. So
Keep an eye on that.
the pheasant. It's almost like a Where's Waldo. They can hide a lot more. There are times though when we walk through here and it's like you almost have to watch where you're walking.
So pretty. They just shimmer almost like an oil
Oh,
slick
yeah.
with the red and or the blue and the green. There's a couple more over here. Same
Two of 'em.
bird.
Lots of times in the water fountains are in the middle. You'll see them bathing in the water, enjoying the coolness.
They're so pretty, guys. Oh. Got the pretty plumage on his chest. Tiny bird, but so pretty.
Very little.
It's almost iridescent on the sides of his bright blue. And a little dove right here. It's really similar to our mourning doves, which is a little brighter in color. Watching us. There's a white bird up here.
Yeah.
Right up there.
It's gonna be kind of hard to see with the backlit.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to see it.
Oh, oh, oh. So pretty. It's like a peachy yellow color.
Oh yeah.
Got some stuff to say.
I think it's, hey, it's closed. Get out. Get out. We've been birding all day. We're tired.
So pretty. Bye-bye, birds.
Bye-bye, birdies.
As you're entering these enclosures and exiting them, they all have double doors. You want to make sure you let the first door close.
Yes. Don't open both doors. If you've got family, don't open all the doors because that's the reason why they have double doors, to keep the birds from being able to fly out.
For their own safety. They're all rare birds.
So that is the Maharaja Jungle Trek. Komodo dragon. Bats, Sumatran tigers. A few other herd animals that were not exactly out and about this afternoon.
Nope.
And another bird aviary.
Cindy says hi.
Hi Jen, how are you doing today? Are you got us up on the big screen? Are you playing us up live stream as you're getting around and working around today? I said the next time we're up and about, I'd say hello to the boys. I hope they're doing what they need to do to help out around the house. You know, it's summer. Sometimes the kids don't want to do anything but just enjoy summer. So if they're watching, we're gonna tell them, make sure you help your mother. It's summer time. She needs help. So you can do some of the laundry, you can do some of the dishes, you can do some cooking, and let mom take a chill. Enjoy her live streams, right?
That's right.
So, all right. So we are at a stage now where the park is open for another 50 minutes. But you can already see, I mean, Kali River Rapids is pretty much empty. Maharaja Jungle Trek is now closed. And we have been to almost all the animal exhibits there are here today. So
There's a few over in Dino Land.
Connie said her dogs just flipped out on the bird noises. Now, when these primates are out, we have to turn the volume down because these guys, they hoop and holler and have a party. They are loud and they are proud of it too. All right, so how should we end our day here? We have a couple of options. We could either go over and finish out over at Expedition Everest, or we can go over to Pandora.
Yeah, either one of those works.
Wonder what the wait time is for Flight of Passage right now.
I don't know.
Would you guys like to end up with a flight of passage ride? Not as nearly as much fun to share with you guys, being the fact that you don't get to actually, ride on the Ikron or the Banshee. I feel like I'm kind of selfish if I were to do that, because then I would get to enjoy the ride, and you guys would just kind of have to imagine what it's like.
It says it's a 25-minute wait, so which is generally just the amount of
Walking
time
through
it
the
takes
queue.
to walk through the queue.
How about we go over to Pandora then? We'll end up our day over there. See what we've got off-world. So recently we bought a candle at Disney Springs in the market co-op area that is supposed to be the smell of Pandora. It smells of clover. It does smell very similar to it. I like to burn it. My only big problem is it doesn't it's a soy candle. It doesn't burn evenly. It burns right there at the wicks.
It doesn't melt around.
It doesn't melt around the wicks too much. I'm hoping that does not cause a problem with us getting a full burn out of it. For the most part, you see the trails behind Discovery Tree. The Discovery Trail behind the Tree of Life is kind of empty at the moment. But look, I found Sven. It's Sven. I've often heard that reindeers are better than people.
That is often true.
Maybe that they don't smell as good sometimes, but
One of the nice things about Lime Tree Barbecue, I think you guys stopped by there briefly, is that all the seating is outdoors. So if you prefer to be outdoors, because that is just more comfortable in that type of environment right now, all the seating for Lime Tree Barbecue is outside.
let's pop over and just say hello real quick. Oh, by the way, the pulled pork fries, not on the menu at the moment.
Oh no.
I know, it's so sad. Love the fries there. So we used to like to come to Flame Tree because I'm not sure, we'll have to double check. Flame Tree used to be one of the only places that was like a quick service that you could use your Tables in Wonderland at.
Yes.
So we used to get a Tables in Wonderland discount over here. So it was kind of cool. But I'm not sure exactly what's on the menu. You can scan it there. You guys can do a screenshot. Do a screenshot right now. Screenshot, and then you can take your camera and put it on the screen. You guys can see the limits of menu menu. But you can still smell all the goodies. So they do have outdoor seating, and you can tell they do have spacing, making sure everyone is apart and safe. And you mobile order, and you can go up and take care of things that way as well. So, but it is all outside. Be careful, do not feed the birds. It makes the birds, I know it's a lot of fun to feed the birds, but by feeding the birds, it makes the birds dependent upon getting food, and they become a little aggressive. Will eventually learn behavior to steal your food or become very violent in trying to get food from you. So all right. Oh, it smells so good.
That smells yummy.
Oh, it does smell good. You guys got smell-o-vision turned on? If you've got smell-o-vision on your mobile device or on your computer, or if you've got us up on your television you're watching right now, turn up the volume so you can smell that. Oh. The great thing is Disney calories don't count. If that's true, it makes me wonder why all my other calories count twice as much. So Doug and Russell's right now, you can't eat any characters meet and greets at the moment. Most all other characters who normally have meet and greets are occasionally on boats going around Discovery Island. I have not seen any with Doug and Russell on it though. So lots of times you can see Doug and Russell over in the Up Bird Show. That's a completely different subject right now. We're hoping that gets resolved. There are some ongoing discussions and negotiations right now when it comes to actor equity actors, and getting some cast members back into the park. So hoping we'll see Doug, Russell, and some of our other favorites back into shows soon enough.
I see no Mingos.
There's a few Mingos over here. Our pink friends.
Oh yeah, they're on the wrong side.
Hello, George. Good to see you this afternoon. We're finishing up. We're in our last hour here at Animal Kingdom. Thought we'd go to Pandora before we wrap everything else up here this afternoon. It's still just barely raining. It's light enough to keep it cool, but not heavy enough to cause problems. All right. I'm going to tell you, if you guys are coming out and you just want to enjoy a relaxing afternoon, last week we came out and we just sat out on the lounge here. Nomad's Lounge, is it?
Nomad's Lounge at
Says,
Tiffin.
hello. Nomad's Lounge, just on the outside of Tiffin's. It's outdoor seating if you'd like. You can order some drinks.
Seating as well, but it's just really, the food is excellent.
We had some churros.
They had gluten-free churros.
Churros are good, gluten-free churros.
Lots of very refreshing, flavorful drinks, both of the alcohol
And if you can get a table that's on the edge, you can watch the characters as they in their boats as they go by. You see some of the things you can get here as far
I
as.
like watermelon.
We did not try any of the Nomad bowls with the kimchi in it.
But we did have the
We did have the churros.
That chili strawberry.
The chili
sauce
strawberry was really good.
Ooh, good.
It was sweet and then it was hot.
Like the,
And then it was sweet again.
it was awesome.
It was sweet and then it was not. Yeah, if you're sitting out there, you have
Empty tables. Like,
really good views.
stuff to sit down.
Really good views to sit there and watch the boat characters go by. Now, normally when there's normal meet and greets, there are no boats running around. So now it's sort of like having the best of the situation. You can enjoy.
Oh, I smell Pandora.
You can enjoy the food and drink and have some entertainment as they go by and they wave and play drums and all kinds of cool stuff. Yes, I can definitely smell Pandora.
Your Pandora. Smell it even more when it
Yeah, I think it does. It is a little stronger when it's wet.
smells up. This is not in the candle.
Was that?
This is not in the candle. I don't know what.
Oh, this is not in the candle we have. There's
Earthy.
yes, there's very much a dirt smelling earthy feel to it overall.
Not in a like dirty dirt, but just like earthy.
Not dirty dirt, clean dirty dirt, not dirty dirt. Earthy,
Earthy.
herbal. It's like a herbal supplement for your nose.
Smells so good.
So we'll see if we can go ride Flight of Passage. We'll take you guys. I'm hoping we don't lose signal. We've not had good chances today when we've gotten in rocks and the like.
Keep in mind, Chris is gonna have to put his phone down when we ride.
Well, I will have to put my phone down in the way. I can't hold the phone while I'm riding. The camera will have to stowed away.
We'll let you listen.
You guys can listen and you guys can imagine what great things are happening. If there's nobody sitting right close to us, I'll just shout out narration of everything that's happening.
He'll be like, oh my god.
I'll be that obnoxious guy who has to
Yes.
continue to tell you what's going on.
Those creatures.
There's a thing flying by.
We're diving.
We're going up. We almost hit something.
Oh, that wave is gonna crash over us.
I actually prefer Pandora on days when it's just a little bit wet. Dry Pandora days don't feel as natural as the slightly humid and wet, dripping kind of Pandora days. All right, who wants to ride Flight of Passage with us? I mean, this is just unheard of, guys. Really, the fact that we're walking into Pandora whenever we feel like it and there's a 25-minute wait. We can just kind of walk right up. That's insane. Oh. Hello.
You can also do the Disney play park stop here in Pandora as well. So they really have expanded it.
And when we grab a corner, we'll let them walk by. We can. So, you guys want to go ahead? Go. Show you guys just the edge of the fence post here. I think this, again, is a small detail. Each post here for the railing has the Ace logo on it. Hey, you guys good, thank you. Just cool details. And one thing great about this is the fans. There are fans all along the way. Keep you nice and cool. I wish every attraction had fans like this. What's that?
It's raining as we're getting fans.
Yeah, the rain is going through the fans. Wow, it's a lot longer than I was expecting it to be. I'm kind of shocked that they do the announcements every so often for health and safety, because it does kind of take you out of the environment. All right, I'm gonna call falsehood on 25 minutes. I don't see how we can be this far back and it be 25 minutes. There's an artistic ecran there. So through the use of technology, we are going to be mind melded, so to speak, with a Navi. Participate in what we call a ritual referred to as Ignimaya, in which we'll get to prove our bravery as a Navi. We fly around on an Ikran. But we can rise to the challenge, as the Navi say, Sivako. At least it's cool though.
Yes.
It's just nice and cool.
Yes, relatively speaking.
I mean, it could be a lot worse. It'd be really hot. We're going to be inside. That's my one concern, is I'm hoping we don't drop you guys once we get inside the caves. We'll see how things go. So we are just beyond the 3-year mark as far as the anniversary of the opening of Pandora. May, I believe off the top of my head, May 27th, 2017. was when it opened. We were lucky enough to grab an early annual pass holder preview, and we came here on the afternoon of the 13th, Saturday the 13th, and we came in and they gave us a fast pass. Not really a fast pass, it was really just one ticket. It was a paper ticket to ride, and you only get to ride one time during the preview. But the reason I called it a fast pass is they told us to go through the fast pass line, and we were kind of disappointed because, like, well, we really wanted to see the queue. And cast member who was helping us said, well, I mean, you can walk through the queue, but it's just faster if you just go through the fast pass line. And we're like, oh no, we want to walk through the standby. So we walked through the entire standby by ourselves. There was nobody else in line because everybody else was walking through the fast pass. Which I'm glad we did, because we get to see it sort of at our own pace and enjoy it ourselves. And then as we came out, it was pouring down rain. So everyone else who had ridden and seen what they needed to see, looks like an upside down hidden Mickey to me. Everybody else had left because it was raining. We kind of stuck around until the next group came in after us. So we had about an hour where it was just us and just a few other families inside this area. Yeah, Connie, it's a little disappointing the fact that right now we haven't been able to enjoy any of the parks at night really, except for Epcot. So yeah, we've enjoyed being in Epcot at night, but all the other parks closed before darkness. So we haven't really had a lot of chance to enjoy the parks at night. But as we kind of wrap up today, let you guys know we are going to be doing our next live stream on Friday. We're going to be in Epcot, and I think we're going to dedicate Friday's trip, like we're doing today, mainly for the animals. On Friday when we go to Epcot, it's going to be food and wine. We're going to do a lot of what we can of live reviews for food for you guys. And this is how we're going to do it. We're going to need your help. Because first of all, I don't normally eat that much, and I may not ordinarily eat as much or order as much by myself. We're going to let you guys choose for us by voting with Super Chats on Friday. So when we do our live stream at Epcot, when we're walking through the countries and the certain festival areas that are open, when you see something that you like and you want us to try something, all you have to do is give us a Super Chat, tell us what it is you want. We'll use that Super Chat to help fund our channel, but then we'll also give you a live on-the-spot review of the food. So looking forward to trying that and spending some time in Epcot with you guys on Friday. So put it on your calendars, look for it. We'll put some information up and let you guys know when we're actually going to be live streaming this coming Friday at Epcot. And if we stay there long enough, we'll be able to stay there into the night. So thank you.
The line is actually moving pretty well now.
It's moving pretty good. I wonder if they were cleaning. It's very possible they were just cleaning and they don't have the full queue open right now. See the handprint? If you look and you look for details, there's all kinds of handprints and specific details inside the caves. Yes, Taylor, we are riding. We're in the queue. This is our only ride today. Today was dedicated to animals, but hey, an Ecron's an animal, right?
Yes.
So we're
Ride one.
gonna ride an Ecron to finish out our day here at Animal Kingdom. Hopefully we'll be able to keep you guys on with us as we go through the queue as much as we can, so you guys can see it as much as possible. Taylor agrees. She's like, yeah, this counts because, you know, a banshee is an animal. So we're still very much in our animal theme for today. I'm not 100% sure that some of these handprints are my own from after eating at Flame Tree Barbecue. You know, when you don't have hand wipes, you just, you know, add to the ambiance. My son likes to make fun of the Navi exit signs. The fact that they Pandoran exit signs are even human sized. And look how stretched his hand is. Is that a banshee? I think it is a banshee. And Susan, you see that up there? Riding on a banshee. See, oftentimes, well, let's just be honest, since we've opened the parks, we haven't had a chance to look at any of this because it's been completely open. So we've had to like run through this area. So sometimes you don't get a chance to kind of just sit there and, you know, take in the details. It is really detailed. And there's like 3 different stages. There's like the early stage of the caves. There's lots of cave paintings. The second stage is the inner caves where you get the bioluminescent plant life and the like. And then the last stage is when you get to enter the labs of the scientific labs. And luckily for us, the majority of the cube is not being used at the moment. So the line could actually be a lot longer if they wanted it to be.
For your safety, please keep your face covering on at all times, except when actively eating or drinking. Please keep your party together, abide by the queue markings, and maintain physical distancing between your party and others. Remember to wash your hands frequently throughout your visit, or use the sanitizer dispensing units provided. Thank you.
So I don't think this is like our sixth time riding since the parks reopened. This is the only time we've ever had to wait.
The longest we've waited.
We've never waited this long. The first 5 times we've ridden this, we walked to the very end. You guys can see on some of our old videos. We walked right to the area where the Navi lab area is, and just right before we get loaded in. We're still here. Just so you know, water bottle filling stations are turned off by guidelines. Water fountains are open. I don't get that honestly, but if you can't fill your water bottle by guidelines, but you can drink from the water fountain. So they say there are no hidden Mickeys in Pandora, but there are a few. There are a few of these things that look awful close. Like,
Right there. See if I can pull it up with my camera.
I mean, I'm thinking like this one, right? That kind of looks Mickey's right there to me. I think that's kind of like a hidden Mickey. I think so. Let's see if she can pull it back up again. Pull it back up.
That looks like
It's like an organic
Look,
Mickey.
right there. Turn it that way.
It's an organic Mickey right there.
Turn it that way.
Yeah, that counts. Hopefully I have Wi-Fi. I mean, I think we're gonna drop here and there depending on how Wi-Fi works for us. Can you guys see all of the glowing bioluminescent? I love this part of the queue. Hidden Mickey's in there somewhere. Let's see, what time is it?
It is 5:42.
So let's see if we can get on before it actually before the park closes. Okay. All right, now we're in the wall. These are the walls. Anytime you have queues that are right beside one another, they'll have these walls set up, such as this one here. It's clear on the top. And I ask you not to touch them because they don't want to have to clean them. And this kind of switchbacks about 4 more times before we get into the lab. So here's the thing we're gonna have to keep in mind, that even though the low crowds are here now, they do have social distance lines, such as this one here, in the lines, which makes the lines longer. Not necessarily the weights, but the actual physical space that it acquires. As more and more guests are allowed into the parks, they can't add more people to the rides. They still have to maintain that space. So
That being said, they haven't mentioned any change in the numbers that they're currently on.
no, I don't know if they're going to tell us though if that's going to happen.
They let us know for Shanghai.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, at least I think more spaces will become available, more reservations. Because right now, if you have a ticket that you walk up and you buy a ticket to walk in, you can get a park reservation for pretty much any time right now.
Maybe not for Hollywood Studios.
No, Hollywood Studio, it's all green. It is entirely green. Last time I checked. I'll go back and double check it.
So,
But
Chris and I were actually talking about the idea that we might have to get a room reservation at a hotel on property just so we can get back into Hollywood Studios.
because unless you have a park reservation already as an annual pass holder, you cannot get a park reservation for Hollywood Studios again until September.
So, if we were going to stay at a hotel, which one do you guys want to see? You guys have a wish list? Where have we not stayed yet? There aren't very many places. We haven't stayed at Riviera.
No, we haven't actually stayed at Riviera yet.
We've seen the rooms, but we
Um,
haven't stayed there.
We've not stayed at Art of Animation.
That's true. But they pushed out the opening of that.
Yeah, Art of Animation is not going to be opening up until later.
No, we haven't stayed at Coronado, but that one also has been pushed back. Let's see.
That's a
Stayed at every other
That's. I don't think there's very many other places we haven't stayed at. The only ones we haven't stayed at is we haven't stayed at the Treehouse Villas.
Grand Floridian.
We've stayed at the Grand Floridian with friends in a way so much that it seems like we have.
Yeah.
We've never stayed in the Treehouse Villas.
No, we haven't.
I know it's still considered to be part of
Somebody wants to sponsor us.
Saratoga Springs.
We have funds for that.
That's kind of expensive to get the Treehouse Villas for our family, but that would be kind of cool. If anybody is ever staying in the Treehouse Villa, and wants to invite us to come out just to check it out and get a video, be a day guest, just so we can see what it looks like and share it with our followers. Send us a message. We'd love to. But yeah, we've never been inside of a treehouse villa yet. So we've stopped moving. We are in the queue for a flight of passage. It was supposed to be a 25-minute wait, which is funny because it's only 5 minutes more than what it's been ever since we've ever been in here. We've always walked right to the front. So either they're getting better with their wait time,
More accurate.
or
I don't
they're
know,
getting
but
less
it
accurate.
moves very fast. We're already
Yeah, it's very,
15 minutes in.
it's very dark in here, Bespoke.
We still have a good bit of the queue left.
We're going to be in the lab here very shortly, guys, and be able to see everything a lot better again. Because right now we're in the darkest part of the queue. How about now in the light? Is that better? See a little bit now? With my dark mask on, my dark hat. So, I'm curious to see whether or not we're going to get on before the park actually closes at 6. So,
Is that a different feel in here?
at least it's cold. It's nice and cool.
Relatively speaking.
Yes. It's a lot cooler than 91 degrees outside.
Less humid,
You can hear all the wildlife. So I'm saddened to think that this, I don't know if that's naturally made to look like a broken off tree or if they've just been touched so
For
much.
your safety, please keep your face covering on at all times, except when actively eating or drinking. Please keep your party together, abide by the queue markings, and maintain physical distancing between your party and others. Remember to wash your hands frequently throughout your visit, or use the sanitizer dispensing units provided. Thank you.
So that's the third time they've done the safety message since we've been in line.
It's every 5 minutes.
Is that how it times out? So you can kind of see how long you've been in line by how many times you've heard the safety message. What's funny was last Friday we were in Epcot last Friday, and we were like one of the last few people in the parks, and they still were doing the safety message like an hour after the park had closed. So even after the day is over and the park is closed, they still want to make sure everyone's safe. All right, we're going to be in the lab here in 2 more rows. Let's see the entrance to the lab here. After we get past these walls, which you can't see through at the moment.
We are getting ready to enter the final hallway before the lab.
Yeah, we're going to be in light here again soon, guys. All right, you can almost see again. Be into the lab, and once we make our couple of turns back into the lab, we'll be in the loading dock area. So is there anybody watching who already has a trip planned for Disney? Either coming up in the near future or maybe in 2021?
just feeling about travel? I'm curious.
Yeah,
we
what
see all across the spectrum, or hear all across the spectrum from people we talk to.
So what is your general consensus now? I know if I know
People are eager to travel. They just want to know where they can get to, or even looking for places that maybe they don't have to wear a mask. Others are not comfortable traveling at all right now. Or
Taylor,
they do
Taylor, if
travel.
Taylor's still watching, Taylor just got back from her trip. So
Yeah.
I don't know about the rest of you guys, whether or not you feel comfortable traveling or if only traveling to certain places.
Places that have certain rules in place. I know a lot of people that we have spoken with are interested in traveling to either Universal or Disney because they have such strict rules in place.
Yeah.
It makes it's just a safer environment.
Even with the numbers high in Florida right now, I've heard a lot of people say that if they fly straight here and they get inside the Universal bubble or the Disney bubble, that
Yeah.
they're probably
I mean,
not too bad off.
Here's the thing to keep in mind. Universal is a little stricter even than Disney in that if you're staying at one of their own property resorts, they temp check you every single day.
Oh my goodness, yes. You can't get inside the
And
resorts
when
without being a temperature
even before
check.
you check in, you have to temp check to make sure you're not running a fever before they'll even allow you entry into the hotel property. If we go to visit one of the hotels, we have to have our temp check before we can walk in. So,
And they give you an armband. They give you a wristband to show that they've been checked. And then that
color
wristband is
changes
colored for the
every
day.
yeah,
So the next day you get up, they'll make you do another temperature check, and they'll give you that day's color band.
Yeah, you can't leave the resort without that band. You cannot use their transportation
Can't ride their
without the
boats.
band. You can't enter one of their restaurants without that band, so that makes a big difference. New Year's.
So they didn't.
Vacation home. That a lot of times when you have a larger family, you're traveling together. That really does make a difference. We have several vendors that we use for that type of situation. They do have some villas with suites that are full, almost like condo type suites on Disney property. But some people just like to have the house with the yard and the pool and the distance from people. So the kitchen, living room, full living area. So
I will say I like staying in some of the Disney Vacation Club villas because of the fact that they do have full kitchens
and laundry.
and a laundry facility. So if you're staying there for several days, you can cook meals.
Now here's the air conditioning.
A little bit cooler in here,
Yeah.
so you can cook meals. You can also do your laundry. It's kind of nice because then you don't have to pack for like 12 days. You can pack for 5 days.
Or if you're coming, say for New Year's, for example, like you were talking about, the weather here is very bipolar in the wintertime. You never know what you're going to get, even if it's forecasted to be something. It just flip on a dime. So
It's good to pack for both hot weather and cold
pack
weather.
half for each, and then you just wash what you need to.
Yeah, good. We're good. So yeah, you pack some hot clothes, you pack some cold clothes, and then you wear what you need and wash them again if you have to. So. Oh, it's much more cooler in here. So we'll get to see an abbreviated pre-show. We'll show you guys that if we still have connectivity once we get into that part of the building. And we'll listen to Dr. Ogden as she tells you all about what's going to happen. It's Dr. Ogden, right? I think it's Dr. Ogden. I wonder if Ogden's going to show up in any of the Pandora movies in some sort of format or fashion. I heard that they just got rescheduled again. I don't know if you guys are like watching the movie theaters and what they're doing, but they've pushed out some more. I know AMC is not opening this week as they were at one point. I think Mulan's been taken off the schedule, like TBD at the moment. So we'll have to see when all the movies are going to start to kind of pick back up again and release again. But yeah, they just recently announced that the Pandora movies have been shifted once more, as well as the next 3 Star Wars movies. What's that?
The Pandora gone right here.
Oh yeah, unobtainiums right there, guys. That's enough unobtainium to pay for all of us to go to Disney for life.
Magnetic water. They're studying it. How much water pollution. Sample of the plants and how they connect to each other. Chemical degrading bacterium.
This right here is really cool.
Highly active.
Creepy. Invasive species to study.
This one right here.
Yeah, that one's cool.
Poisonous spines.
Oh, we're getting closer. Can you imagine if you found that in your bathroom?
Oh no, no, no.
I remember
Not the avatar that they're.
You guys remember the first time you saw this? If you've ever seen it, if you've never been on this ride, then this is amazing animatronic. But the first time we've ever saw this was just awe-inspiring. Giving you a foreshadowing of what's going to happen.
Please keep your face covering on at all times, except when actively eating or
Every
drinking.
5 minutes.
Please keep your party together, abide by the queue markings, and maintain physical distancing between your party and others. Remember to wash your hands frequently throughout your visit, or use the sanitizer dispensing units provided. Thank you.
So this Navi has been here for over 3 years, waiting patiently for someone to connect to her. Can you check to see? Can you check? Check.
What?
The feed. It's black, isn't it? Oh, it's been black for the longest time. How do I refresh? All right, so apparently we're black screen here. We're missing everything. We've been sitting here looking at a Navi for the last few minutes.
Avatar status. We submit your latest match reports.
Hello.
Oh, so bad. I'm sorry, you guys. I did not realize. I thought the darkness was simply because we were inside. That's not the case. How do I fix this? See what I can do to fix it, guys.
Yeah, exit out.
I don't know if I can get back in. If I cancel, then I'm gonna be done.
I'm assuming you guys can
you refresh?
Guys, we might have to wrap up early. I don't want you guys to have to just listen to us talk. That's pretty boring.
Are we back?
Oh, yes.
All right, there we go. Woo, I'm so
I
glad.
don't know what you did.
I did a hard reset on the device. Thank you for letting us know, Bespoke Magic. We missed all of the lab.
Sorry, guys.
I'm sitting here staring at an RV and no one else gets to enjoy it.
Probably always like that.
All right, so this is what you're looking at, the walls here. Making sure everyone has distance away from one another because the lines are right here beside one another. All right, so we did fix our feed here so that we'll be back online before we ride. So that's good. Sorry about that. We do have plans to get a different device here very soon. Matter of fact, I was already looking at some details this morning. We're going to do more and more of these streams. We want to make sure we don't have audio issues or comment issues or camera issues like we've been having. But we're getting ready to ride Flight of Passage. End up our day. The park is actually officially closed at this point. The park closes at 6 p.m. We were already in line, so of course everyone who's in line will get the ride. So once we're off the ride, we're going to be in a park that's closed. We'll walk you guys out, and thank you guys for kind of watching along and being part of our Wildlife Wednesday here at the Animal Kingdom. Got to see some pretty cool animals though. If you're just now watching, or if you're coming in late, when this thing comes back, it's going to probably be until tomorrow morning before it becomes loaded fully into YouTube. You're going to want to go back and watch some of the things we saw. We got to see some really cool lemurs at the front by the Tree of Life. We got to talk to Emma about some of the things as far as the heat matrix and what they do with the breeding with flamingos. And then 2 of the cast members, we got a special little show that's just with us. Nobody else was there for vulture training and how they were training the vultures. Answered our questions, and we got to see some really cool African vultures up close. Those are scary but beautiful creatures.
Third largest vulture in the world, the largest in Africa.
Largest in Africa. Then on the trail, we got to see not only Augustus, the baby hippo, up close. I mean, really up close.
Very close.
And then we also got to see Grace. Grace, he is, 14 months old? 15 months old. Baby lowland gorilla. She was adorable. She got to do some wrestling with her half-brother. And she even got a really cool little kiss from her big sister, which was really, really sweet. So if you missed any of that, you might want to go back when it gets loaded up tomorrow. I'll go back and watch some of those moments. And it just kind of makes for a really cool afternoon to get to enjoy some of the animal exhibits here at Animal Kingdom. Appreciate you guys kind of following along and enjoying those with us. And if you liked any of the things you saw in the videos today, help us out, give us a thumbs up, and make sure that YouTube knows that we've got some really cute baby animals here on our live stream today. So that's going to be very helpful for us. We probably got about another 5 minutes here before we get loaded on to Flight of Passage. I'll let you guys see the pre-show. I'll show the pre-show and let you guys see it as a shortened version here at Flight of Passage. I cannot hold the device, and I cannot record the actual ride when we're riding. So it will be stowed away. But we'll just leave it running, and you guys can listen along as I scream as we go flying around in the air. I am scared of heights, by the way.
The water always gets me.
I like the water, especially when
Scares me.
you don't like the water.
I don't like it.
I don't like it when Jurassic World creatures come jumping out of the water, but as soon as the ride is over, we'll pick back up and we'll finish up the live stream for the most part. And then again, we'll have another live stream. I'll put some details up. This coming Friday, we're going to be in Epcot, and we'll be doing the Food and Wine Festival. And I'll let you guys, we want it to be led by those of you who are watching. Some of the things we've had, some of the things we haven't had. But we're going to give you guys the opportunity to direct us through Super Chats as to which foods we can try. I'll let you guys decide. It's a way for you guys to help us support the channel by giving us a Super Chat. We'll put that money back into our channel. But then also you'll get to have us try the foods live, and we'll let you know what they're like. And then you can, sort of like a instantaneous food review. So we'll be doing that Friday afternoon as well. So
Chris is hoping you guys pick some gluten-free items so he doesn't have to eat all the food himself.
yeah, pick a few gluten-free items because I don't want to have to do all the eating by myself. Because that may get kind of rough after a while. I may have to bring some I don't know, some Pepto-Bismol or something with me. Just,
I don't know.
it depends. We may see. We always give the offer of whether or not our kids want to join us.
Yes.
Lots of
It
times they are in the
varies.
parks. It really depends on their mood, and we give them the flexibility. As the teenagers, they do have a decision as to whether or not they want to participate.
Do they want to come? Do they want to?
I don't ever want to force them.
We want the parks to stay a fun thing for them. We don't want it to become drudgery for them.
So we'll see if the kids are with us. They'll be definitely helping us eat because anything we'll get, I'll have to fight them for a bite. So, 2. They're doing our final counts for the next loading.
They
and we'll see.
separate by boarding
So
groups
if
now, so they have to figure out how many groups they have because that's as opposed to numbers of people, it's numbers
There's
of
11
groups now.
number of groups because they have the blue dots in the middle. So Friday we'll have to see whether or not I'm eating all the food myself or if I've got kids to help me out.
They have lots of yummy options though.
We'll have plenty of things to I'm hoping they're going to be opening up more booths as we go along. A lot of the food and wine booths are not open yet.
A couple of them that say coming soon on them.
There's a couple of them
So
over by
there are
Test Track
some
that are not
they just
open.
haven't opened yet that hopefully will open in the next few weeks. We're hoping. That's what we're hoping.
I wouldn't be surprised if Susan didn't get on her own phone and super chat herself just so she could get the citrus crispy
The
citrus chicken. Duck chicken.
Or the Brazil, the cheese
For your
bread.
safety,
Do they still have the
please keep
cheese
your face
spread over?
covered on
Yes,
at all times,
and the
except
crispy
when
pork
actively
belly.
eating or
Oh, the
drinking.
crispy pork belly is really
It's
good.
really yummy.
Abide by the cue markers
So-
and maintain physical distancing.
So we've actually exceeded 25 minutes.
Remember to wash your hands frequently.
It's still not nearly as bad as it
Or
usually
use the
is.
sanitizer
So
dispensing.
longer
Maybe it's
than
just
it
because it's the
has
end of the
been
day.
recently.
It's the end of the day, and like us, everyone's like, all right, I'm going to finish out.
Jumping in the line, yeah,
Yeah.
it's entirely possible.
Hopefully, we'll be in the next group though. The industrial noise always kind of gets me in here. The constant humming. Very industrial. The walls really add to that the aspect as well, because now you're in these small little areas.
These aren't too bad. There's some other queues where the walls are positively close.
The worst. What do you think is the worst when it comes to the walls up now? I mean, I know which mine is, but really, yeah, that's right. The 3 Caballeros is pretty tight.
But the ceiling's lower on that one, so it just feels a little.
Yeah, I agree. Living with the land's pretty bad. And that, I think also, the Big Thunder Mountain is pretty bad. 13, 14?
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you.
All right. Two. Thank you. On this dot right here. All right, so we're going to be watching
When
this
doctors
screen.
are done talking, I'll come on the horn and say something, and then we can come on in.
Thank you.
That was a nice explanation. That's the first time someone's explained.
Yes, no one has told us normally there's only 2 groups into this room, or actually 3 groups. And then once we see the show, they split us up. Some see the show in this room, and some see it in the other room.
Can everyone see me?
Yes.
Great.
Awesome.
Welcome to the Avatar
So
program.
these live streams and their
Soon,
lags.
you're going to have a chance to undertake an amazing Navi rite of passage, flying on the back of this powerful animal called an Ikron, or as we call it, a Banshee. The way you're going to do this is by being matched to something called an avatar. They're created by blending human DNA and Navi DNA. Once we match you to an avatar, thanks to a special link chair, your mind will be able to control that avatar. Using avatars to fly this way was all figured out by my boss, Dr. Jackie Ogden. She leads our science team, which is part of the Pandora Conservation Initiative, and we're here in the Valley of Moara studying banshees and their environment. Let's watch this piece by Dr. Ogden, who runs the program.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Dr. Jackie Ogden from the Pandora Conservation Initiative. You're about to experience a ceremony that's very special to the Na'vi. Connecting to an ikran and flying on its back is an incredibly important rite of passage they call Ikimaya. With permission from the Na'vi and in partnership with Alpha Centauri Expeditions, we can now bring this amazing experience to you.
We establish a link using powerful psionic amplification equipment. A human driver is connected to an avatar, which could be physically hundreds of kilometers away. When you follow our technician into the link chamber, you'll see a series of 16 link chairs. Please go to the number that matches the number you're standing on now. First, stow your gear in the storage containers on the back wall. This should include all bags, cameras, and other items, including cell phones. It's important to push them all the way into the bin. Then get onto the chair as you would a bike. Straddle the seat, step forward, and sit down. Slide your hips forward until you are against the chest pad, and then move your feet all the way forward. Wait until you're seated before you put on your flight visors. Hold onto the hand grips as shown. It's important to hold onto the hand grips at all times. After you're seated, back and leg restraints will be firmly engaged. For your safety, throughout this entire experience, always remain seated and supervise your children.
Once the link takes place, you'll be connected to your avatar and sitting on the back of an ikran. It'll feel like you're really there. Moments later, you'll begin your flight. A Na'vi guide will lead you out. You'll experience the breathtaking beauty of Pandora, but you might also face some of its greatest challenges. Some of this flight might be intense, but trust your guide and be brave. As the Na'vi say during this important rite of passage, Sibako, rise to the challenge. Good luck.
All right, you ready? Let's get you into the link chamber.
If you're restrained at a height above the ground and the floor will move, if you have a fear of heights, are prone to motion sickness, or have difficulty remaining seated for 4.5 minutes, please let me know and you can opt out. Okay, let's go in the link chamber.
All right, we'll see you guys on the other side.
Attention drivers, stow your gear on the back wall and then get onto the link chair the way we showed you in the video. Then put on your flight visors. For your safety, throughout this entire experience, remain seated, lean forward, holding onto the hand grips, and supervise your children.
Para su seguridad, durante toda esta experiencia deberán permanecer sentados, inclinarse hacia adelante,
13 and
agarrando las
14.
barras y supervisen a sus niños.
Restraints activated.
Okay, everyone ready? Yeah. Happy flight.
Welcome back. Please step off the link chair, gather your belongings, and exit the link chamber. Attention drivers, stow your gear on the back wall and then get onto the link chair the way we showed you in the video. Then put on your flight visors. For your safety, throughout this entire experience, remain seated. Lean
Hopefully you
forward,
guys got to
holding onto
see,
the
at least hear
handgrips,
some of
and
that.
Supervise your children.
Enjoy it. Thank you. Three hands. All right, so in case you don't know, this is James Cameron's handprint. This is John Landau's handprint, executive producer of Avatar. This is Joe Rhodes. So Rhodey, Cameron, Landau. I love it when we encounter the three handprints of the creators between the movies and the attractions here. So I don't know how much of that you guys got to see or hear. Hopefully we stayed live through some of that. Still one of the better attractions here at Disney World. Just the smells, the motions, and it's such an immersive experience.
Very immersive.
So, I mean, even having to wait for 30 minutes is still a treat to be able to ride something like that. The day we came here on the 12th, we rode it twice in less than 40 minutes. So, it was definitely something that you can take advantage of as far as being able to enjoy Flight of Passage. The lines are short.
There are no 4-hour wait times right now. There
No.
are no 2-hour wait times.
It's really,
It is rainy.
and it's rain, like real rain. It's still good. A rainy day in Disney is better than any day anywhere else. Still a great place to be. Look at the rain. So there's several different scents on the ride that I wish we could find candles that would, well, maybe not the dirty one. Like when you're like amongst all the animals and you can smell the dirt clods. But even the water. We're gonna get a little wet going back out to our car. Susan's gonna get her ears wet. I'm glad though, we were very lucky for the live stream today that this, it barely stayed dry for the most part of today. Being that the animals, except for the meerkats, were out, allowed us to see some really good views of some of the animals today. So I'm very grateful of that. We're in Wind Traders now. Now, these are new stuffed animals. These are the Big Feet series of Pandoran creatures. There's the Viper Wolf. He looks so much cuter here with his tongue sticking out than he does the ferocious Viper Wolf everywhere else. And I can never remember these guys. These are the four-footed creatures that are...
They're like the horses.
They're like the horses that the Na'vi will ride or help carry cargo.
Six-legged.
And Tapirus is their term. Also looking extremely cute. And then of course you've got the magnetic Banshee, the shoulder Banshee, in which there's a fabric covered magnet that you put underneath your shirt, under your shoulder, and the Banshee will ride on your shoulder. Sort of like the Banshees do that you get over, like these Banshees here. See the new the Wishables, the Na'vi Wishables. Look, you can get a Viper Wolf Wishable too. Anybody collect Wishables? I don't know, the Na'vi ones are pretty cute. I wouldn't mind a Viper Wolf Wishable. I got caught. Fully raining. Is it like, how does it look on the weather-wise?
I don't know, but look outside. Lots of rain. We're gonna get wet.
Yes, we're gonna get wet. Rise to the challenge, Sibako.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get really wet.
Ooh, look at that weather.
It's just right here.
Okay, we'll wait till that part comes over. Never mind.
Yeah, no, there's no getting away from that. So we might need to say our goodbyes here.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys want to endure the
Rain with us.
the running on the rain.
The bouncing of the phone as we run. The big eyed.
This is the dire horse.
Like-
This is different. This is a different name.
This is like a My Little Pony.
But this is the same creature that's over there, but it has a different name. This is dire horse. Oh. See, now I need to know what the different animals are in case I ever meet one in the wild. I don't want to call it by the wrong name. How embarrassing would that be? Yes, it is. We may need to buy ourselves a Na'vi umbrella. The Viper Wolf looks just so cute with his tongue sticking out like that. I remember before Pandora opened up, I decided that we were going to learn how to speak Na'vi. And they had the Na'vi translator cards and how to learn how to speak Na'vi. And yeah, that never came into fruition. 90 cards. That would be kind of cool if you could learn 90 Na'vi words. So, well, you know what? I might have to agree with Susan. This might be a good time for us to stop. As you can see, it is full-on rain outside. It is heavy, heavy, heavy rain. All right, so that being the case, we might just go ahead and end the live stream here.
Yep.
Because of the fact that it's raining.
We're going to be running.
The last thing I want to do is have this for the next 20 minutes. Nobody wants to see that.
No.
So thanks guys for watching, being a part of our live stream today for the Wildlife Watch Wednesday. We got to see some really cool animals. If you've enjoyed watching the video and you haven't already, give us a thumbs up.
Yes.
And do us a favor if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. We'd love to have you join our Eater of Magic community. We want to do more videos, more live streams, and share more information here from Central Florida for Disney, Universal, and the like. And do us a favor, share our link and share our channel with your friends and family. We'd love to have them join us as we ride rides, share information, and learn more about what you can do as you travel as a family here and in our little happy area of the world. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a magical, magical evening. Stay dry, and we'll see you
in the
parks.
parks.
Thanks for watching, guys.
We're gonna get some. Do you need a poncho?